Hello, ladies and gentlemen, muggles, wizards, and ugly transforming mutants. Welcome to the Iron Siege. Tonight, we are going to be discussing Harry Potter and the Sorcerer / Philosopher's Stone. The book, the show, the movie, and of course, I am joined by my fellow co-hosts. Yes, we have Jarrod Christman, A.C Pritchard, and Bill.
Billy!
I don't get a full name read.
He can't say McCushton.
Billy
Yeah,
Bill McCushton of the Scottish clan of your northern heritage. Better?
Yeah, we take those.
Just admit it, you're too Hawaiian to give a proper Scotsman his entrance.
Hail, Maji-chan.
If a Scotsman is drunk enough, he starts sounding like me, so whatever.
Based.
Says Maji. And do you see into the flames? I'm not sure what you're referencing here. Oh, of hell, because we're talking about the new show? Sure. Maybe that's what.
Because hell is no longer a place, only accessible after death.
No, but I see in flames. Get it? AC gets it.
I get it.
I think, AC, you like it. But Jarrod and your wife have a raging
Yes.
masked. You're masked, yeah. A large, powerful, upright mast for that band. I've never seen the like.
They're so freaking good, dude.
In Flames encoded something in their music for sure. There's like something
Ear
in
crack,
there.
dude.
Yeah, there's something in there that like got a percentage of people to be like, "Oh, this," and I get it.
You just get a sander, sand something on the CD off, just with your.
yeah, exactly.
That's how we listen to In Flames. Set your house on fire. Honey, it's part of the established. It's the thing, okay? Just don't ruin this for me.
I've got a great picture. It's going to look awesome on this CD cover. It'll make a cool shirt. Just roll with it.
Just roll with it. Just go.
It was like in the Hateful Eight when what's his face? He broke that guitar, but it was the real one, not the prop. Oh no. It was like this really famous old guitar, and it wasn't the prop version, and he just smashed it on camera. Oh, bro, I would have been backstage just like,
From some of the stories I've heard, pretty much what's the sentiment was, shit.
yeah. Not there. It was avoidable, but anyway, we're going to start off this way. So, I have no monitors. That was really weird. Can you see me?
Yeah, we can see you.
We can see you. You're froze, but we can see you.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yeah.
You're in like painting mode now. You're like in a delicate you're like this. Frozen like this.
Introspective.
Yeah. Oh.
Head back. What is going on?
You're still frozen.
Anyway, talk about how you guys first got into Harry Potter. I'll be right back. I'm gonna see if
All right. Christman, Harry Potter.
Yes. So, like it was. I was like, I was already like 50 when Harry Potter came out. So,
Wait, I thought you were 50 now.
No, it's like I was. I didn't know about the books until after the first movie came out, because like I would like, I think when the first
because readings for nerds.
First movie came out in 2001, and yeah, I just wasn't in that. I just wasn't in that world, in that space. So like, I didn't know what like youth, like YA fantasy was doing on, or urban fantasy was, like what was going on in that. So the movie comes out, and then I find out it's this book series. And so after the second one is when I started doing this is when I read the books, and I got caught up. And so I was like, I think by the time, I don't remember, it was either by the third or the fourth movie, I was like caught up where the books were still ahead of the movies. I can't remember when that was because it was so long ago, but like, yeah. So I saw the first two movies first, then read the books, and then I was doing movie book for the rest of the thing. And like I was like that was such a good year because you had Fellowship of the Ring and the first Harry Potter movie in the same year, and then like you had them every year for a couple years, every year for like 3 years. Thank you, buddy. Every year for 3 years, doing like coming out at the same time. So that was really cool. But yeah, that was my introduction to Harry Potter. And I think so. Let me just for so we can all laugh at my age. I was in 2001. I was 23. Yeah. You're muted,
I
AC.
don't think AC realizes he's muted.
Yeah, you're still young. You're still a kid at the time.
Yeah, don't mind me. Just computer problems. Continue.
Oh, I thought my presence intimidated you so.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. I'm intimidated by many people, including the beautiful, wonderful. Oh, I'm going to overcompliment you to make you nervous.
Talented.
Author Maji Chan, who just released her book recently. You guys should check it out. It's fantastic.
Legends of Shalar.
Forgot it still said Nell.
No,
Hashtag
it's great. You can say proper published author now. It's fantastic. But yeah, so we're talking about Harry Potter. Wherever you guys were at, continue. I'll cut in later.
I pretty much wrapped up where I was. We were going around talking about our introductions to the franchise.
I think it's on Maji now.
So I was actually a kid when it was first released. I was in 5th grade, I believe, when Sorcerer's Stone, maybe 4th grade when Sorcerer's Stone came out. So it was my generation that grew up reading this book. I remember my middle school English teacher actually pulling out the book and reading it to the class like 10 minutes a day just to get the kids hyped on reading. A lot of people from my generation actually think the Harry Potter books, well, my age group, I think AC's in it too, thank Harry Potter for keeping kids reading.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it really brought that back,
Start
didn't
of the internet.
Harry Potter really brought back like reading is cool with like younger audiences, didn't it?
I don't know about you guys, but I grew up reading a lot. And because like I'm vintage 94, so my mom starts reading to me and my brother when we are quite young. Probably in the year 1998 and 99, she starts reading the Harry Potter books to us. And then the movies start coming out, and we're like a couple years behind the age of the characters when that first movie comes out. Growing up with those books and with those movies, because the movies and books were coming out in sequence together for after a point. That was a magical thing. It was like our generation's Star Wars, but in a very like much more personal way. So yeah, absolutely. I adore this series. I've seen it maybe I've read the book series all the way through probably between 11 and 13 times. I watched all the movies ungodly amount of times growing up. And yeah, so it's like, is it the best ever? No. But is it really, really good and worthy of its success? Absolutely. I think it's a really magical series. And you don't need to change it. My boys, they're young. They're like 2017, 2020. They love these books and the movies. They're watching one right now. It's fantastic. But yeah, that's where I'm at. And it doesn't feel that long ago that these movies came out. So the fact that they're doing a TV show redoing it now feels very cash grabby, very like alter the culture kind of thing.
It's not as bad as the Moana remake coming out.
Yeah.
I don't know. It feels very agenda driven. It feels like it feels like not just a cash grab, but it feels like a
alter the culture, remake
purpose,
things in our own.
Like let's update this because messaging.
Yeah. No, I'm right there with you. And truth be told, there's a part of me that thinks, yeah, if this show had gotten, like, if Harry Potter had gone the way of, like, Game of Thrones, one season for a book, like good high budget, same actors, good directing, that maybe could have worked. I do think we would have run into the same problems we did with Game of Thrones, though. So, like, creative direction would have altered between seasons, and you would have had some seasons that were really good, and then some that were just meh. And, like, to be frank, I don't think there's a bad Harry Potter movie. I think they're all
There's
fine.
not.
Yeah, like
They vary a little bit.
That was bad.
They
Sorry.
vary a little bit in quality, but for the most part, I can't point to any one of them and say any of them is definitively a bad movie.
Bad movie, yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy they all exist. I enjoyed all of them. And they're like, even with different feels, different vibes, kind of different direction styles, even different acting in some of them. There is like the having the same group of kids grow up throughout the movies too adds such a continuity to it that it's hard to deny for that reason.
I don't know.
And that-
I can't finish the third movie. I have fallen asleep for it
The
so
third
many
movie,
times.
there's a couple things I don't like, but the third movie is maybe one of the best. It's one of
I
Yeah,
think
the
so.
third one's the best.
Yeah.
No.
It was like,
Maji,
that
be bold.
defined
Tell us
my
why we're
aesthetic
tell,
and what
Maji,
I
tell us
like.
not only why we are wrong, but why we're also ugly. Tell us.
No, it's not even that. It's just the whole time traveling aspect, and it just kind of threw you off if you didn't read that book.
Yeah. But I think that one, I think Prisoner of Azkaban is probably the truest adaptation.
That gets tough. In some ways, yes. That being said, as a whole, I think this is about as good as you can expect of an adaptation. From book to film.
100%.
And it's like there's so much to praise throughout the whole series. But let's just talk about this first movie, first kind of two movies, because they had the same director for the first two, and it changed on the third, and then it changed a few more times.
Yeah.
AC, can you look up the name of that guy?
Chris Columbus.
Christopher Columbus.
That's what I thought, but it sounds too much like an explorer, so I wasn't confident in it.
Well,
No,
he goes by Chris.
Chris.
No, he's like
Columbus,
every time it's like you must address me as director Christopher Columbus every time. No.
huh? Lord Christopher.
Ye old Christopher, yes, very good. The Half-Blood Prince was my favorite book and least favorite. That movie of all the movies suffers the most. Now, Harry Potter did something very special later on, which was they did the thing that I love and hate. They did something cool that then got taken by every other group and every other studio and turned into something I hate. I don't like two-parters. I don't like three-parters. I don't like movies or books or part like where they're split up that way typically. Harry Potter kind of did it first, like in the way that it was copied afterwards. And I don't think Harry Potter did it badly. I think like that last book is really dense. You kind of need to have two parts or a really long movie. So it makes sense. But book 6 kind of needed that same treatment in a lot of ways, because there was a lot, like they cut out a whole bunch of content in book 6.
Or, and hear me out. And am I saying this because I hate this part of that movie and that movie in particular? Yes, absolutely. Even as a kid, I hated it. I still the teenage angst and drama. Give us what we fucking paid the ticket for. I want to see Voldemort's backstory, damn it.
That being said, I really
fair,
did
yeah.
like the that movie is maybe the funniest of all of them.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. There is some absolute solid humor there, especially the hospital scene.
That was my
Yeah.
hope for the TV series. I was hoping that they would dive into the books and make a more accurate TV representation, since the seasons can last a lot longer than the movie.
Yeah, you could have a lot more of those classroom scenes and like those little social scenes that are by necessity are either shortened or completely eliminated from the books.
Mhm.
But yeah, so
They're not
like
going to do that.
I
Well,
do
the
have a
one-
question.
The one thing I heard the showrunner say that really does not bode it ill for the whole show is he said he was excited. not only excited to put things from the books that weren't in the movies in the show, but also things that weren't in the books. It's like, what are you talking about? We want what's in the books, you dummy.
Okay,
Don't
Jared,
put stuff that's not in the books in the show, because all that says is we want a chance to infect this show with our modern progressive messaging, because
I
it's not in the books.
I think we
find
have
out about how Snape came from slavery in Africa, and it's gonna be it's gonna be fun. Like we're all fixating on that. It almost feels like a psyop. Like everybody's like, there's a lot of things they're gonna hate about the show. What if we just directed it all towards one thing? It does kind of feel that way to me.
Maybe.
What were you gonna say?
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
That's what I was gonna say.
This
Oh,
I was gonna say, I would probably not be writing if it wasn't for Harry Potter. My mom read those books to me and my siblings when we were kids. It was peak. I am not reading as much as I used to, working on that. But this is a franchise very near and dear to me, and I am seeing a pattern here. Or I'm seeing a repeat of another IP that is very near and dear to me called The Crow. They promised us with The Crow, the new movie, a faithful adaptation of the comic. We did not get that. We did not get a faithful adaptation of the comic. Now they're promising us a faithful adaptation of Harry Potter.
It's gonna be more like the books. No.
And everything we're seeing, it doesn't look like it's going to be a proper adaptation, from the look, which Jared and I both sort of shat on X, to casting choices, to, we're going to put things in there that weren't in the books. No.
Why?
Honestly, the casting was like throughout the movies, and that a lot of the work had to be done in the first two, especially. The casting is maybe one of the strongest things about the entire franchise.
Yeah.
The casting,
What's another thing?
Almost couldn't be better, except with a few exceptions.
I agree with Jesse Fan here. He says it's writer's ego. For some reason, screenwriters just refuse not to put their own twist on something.
Mhm.
Even as a pro
absolutely.
novelist, I don't understand it. I agree with this.
Yeah.
100%.
It's total ego, man.
This is why
it absolutely is ego.
Peter Jackson was, I say was, operative word, was,
Past tense.
very past tense, was the GOAT with the Lord of the Rings movies, because he went on interviews saying, you're right there, Redoubt. I think I might be having a stroke. I smell some burnt toast.
Yeah.
But fuck, that derailed me.
I know what
was
you're
I saying? What was I saying?
Because Peter Jackson went on many interviews
yes.
saying he refused to bring in any of his ideas.
Tolkien cared about certain things. We wanted those things in the movies. We did not want to bring our own baggage into the movies. Now,
And
people
even
still
then-
hated the movies. I know someone who I'm pretty sure is not the biggest fan of the movies. I've read Tolkien's work. I love the movies. I thought the Lord of the Rings movies. I thought the Lord of the Rings movies did a decent enough job. Much like how Harry Potter did a very decent enough job, because they understood the tone. They understood what it was about. Why the hell does the show not have any damn color? Jared, you are the filmmaker. You need to go down to Warner Brothers Studios and send the person whose decision that was to the penis explosion chamber and have his penis exploded immediately.
Warner Brothers is too dumb to talk to, man. Like, I don't know how many billions you have. I don't know how many billions you have to lose, how far you have to go into debt and watch your entire entertainment company mocked, ridiculed publicly, and then sold before you realize, maybe we've made some bad decisions here.
I don't think it's about the money, Jared. I think there's
It's about
something that
sending
happened.
a
message.
There's something that happened where, like, I don't know, like, if we got like if tapped into another vein of like another economy of wealth or something from other countries, or what it was, but there's just like money doesn't even matter. Like that's where they're at. They'll take millions of dollars as a loss. They'll lose millions because the point is to just create the thing. That's literally their goal. And for some reason, it coincidentally always happens to be something like corrupting a big IP that is already done and over with, so to speak. Like everybody was happy with the Lord of the Rings movies, and then they redid it, and they didn't care that they were losing literally billions of dollars, billions in Amazon's case.
You guys remember when we were so critical of The Hobbit? I feel
man.
slightly bad.
No, The Hobbit still deserves to be dragged through the dirt.
It has problems, but I don't blame Peter Jackson for that one in particular. That's a
Here's
lot
the
of
thing.
studio stuff.
Peter Jackson was just a producer. He had really hardly anything to do with The Hobbit. And by the time he inherited the Hobbit disaster, most of it was already done. So he couldn't really fix that mess.
Yeah, it was like people blaming Joss Whedon when Zack Snyder had to step away from the Justice League movie. Like, oh, it's because Joss Whedon got his hands on it. I'm like, no, I watched the Snyder cut with enough time and budget to fix it. It was just a longer, more boring version of the original trash movie. Thank you.
Okay, you're entitled to be wrong there, but absolutely, Joss Whedon made some serious glaring mistakes.
He made some pretty bad mistakes with that movie.
We didn't need 5 minutes of watching The League, walk upstairs to heavy metal music. Like, holy crap. That show was so dumb in the Snyder cut.
Now there is something I should address here. As much as critical and as little faith as we have in this upcoming Harry Potter adaptation, if you can even call it that, I'm still not as worried about it as I am about the new Narnia project that they've been
no, for sure. That one's already
way worse,
man.
Way worse.
I mean,
yeah.
So they really opted to just remake everything rather than make a new generation of creators famous, huh?
Yep.
That's pretty wild.
Like some and to be fair, we kind of look on the past with rose-tinted glasses. We talk about all these good films. We don't really talk about all the bad films that used to come out. There were a lot of bad films, but at least most of them were original or like a new project. People were willing to take a risk.
Then, much like now, people don't go watch the bad films. That's the thing. It's just now the bad films are the only things coming out. With very few exceptions.
I still don't know how Sharknado became popular. That movie is bad.
Yeah,
that like movie that is cinema. Jarrod, that's his main inspiration for filmmaking. There's no film that has done more to breathe life into his creativity than Sharknado. I'm sorry.
You see, and here I thought his main inspiration was Howard the Duck.
That movie is. I watched so it as a child. I thought it was a dream. I only found out as an adult that movie actually exists.
Yeah, I have it on DVD.
That's a Mandela effect, I swear. That movie has to be a Mandela effect.
So Duck Playboy is a prop. It probably got sold on some website. It exists.
It is a special. That is a special film, man.
So
it looks like it was made by someone special.
Rewatching Harry Potter today, I was like remembering when I first watched it, because I used to get told I looked like this kid all the time, and I actually hated it as a kid. Like I fucking hated it because it made me view like Harry Potter. I mean, obviously he is kind of like a dweeb, right? That's the whole point of his character. He's like this dweeby kid. Neville, right? The character Neville is kind of showing what kind of character Harry would have turned out to be if he wasn't like scarred by Voldemort in a way, right?
If an adult didn't try to murder you as a child, you could have been even more of a loser, Harry. Do you realize that?
Lucky for you.
Yeah. You're actually lucky. You're not. Yeah, you're actually lucky, buddy. No. So I was rewatching and I'm like, a lot of the things I didn't like as a kid, it's weird. I find myself liking now. I don't know if any of you guys noticed that, but
I've always loved it. So I've never experienced that with Harry Potter specifically.
Yeah, but I mean the phenomenon. Couple things. First, the phenomenon you're describing is not entirely an isolated case to you. I had my own edgy teenager phase. I don't have the cuts anymore to prove it, but I had my own edgy teenager phase, and then I grew up and realized no, life is best lived by the words of C.S. Lewis. When I grew up, I set aside childish things, including the desire to be very grown up.
Yeah.
And
You
the
can,
second
Bill, you can
thing-
listen to all the Europop trash that you want, and nobody will judge you for it. I'll dance with
Absolutely.
you, okay? It's fine. Oh, well,
I
yeah,
feel
but-
like a
Fun
disco
is
girl.
amazing.
Anyways,
Okay.
AC, second thing, is Harry really a dweeb? Because for the most part, from what I remember
No.
from the books, he was pretty popular. He's also the stereotypical, he is the jock that peaked in high school, became a cop, and married his high school sweetheart.
Yeah,
he is the Midwestern stereotype.
That tracks.
He definitely he definitely molds into the Harry Potter world equivalent of like the action hero protagonist for sure. And Daniel Radcliffe
This
made
is what
sure
a
he looked
British
the part,
action
too.
hero looks like. Okay,
But like off the bat, when he's first
Okay,
showing
he's
up to
not a
Hogwarts,
doctor, okay.
when he's first showing up to Hogwarts and learning about all this stuff, though, he is kind of a dweeb. But he's been groomed into it, you could say. But like, yeah, like even like the round glasses and everything. He does get, even though he gets friends, especially after the events of the first movie. The first movie, I guess, is really the main one where he's a dweeb, and then from there, it's just a gradual decline as he grows into the protagonist. but yeah, like he's not a dweeb, no. And Neville, though, even he is not really a dweeb at the end. Everybody
not at the
grows
end.
up.
No,
That's the thing.
he goes
Neville's
through
a
transformation.
Chad.
Yeah, he's kind of a Chad for sure.
So
Do you guys ever see how the actor who played Neville, like how he grew up to he grew up to be like this super stud? Did you know?
yeah, I know, dude. He got jacked.
and he's
I'll
like
pull
this
it
like
up.
it's like this super handsome like British guy, like could be James Bond almost. Like it's like that Neville, that came from Neville Longbottom. Like
Neville Longbottom. I'm looking it up.
never count yourself out, kid. This could
It's
be
the
you.
second. It's the second most searched one. It's Neville Longbottom and then Neville Longbottom actor. So
Yeah.
go ahead and make the show and just change all the characters. Sounds like a good idea if people are like, there's like a cult following around the actors of the other one. Yeah, guys. Yeah. What a great move. What a great move.
Now, in the movie, this is something I remembered when I reread the first book. So, watching the movie, the snake comes out. He's like, "Thanks." You're a Burmese python because you're from Burma. That makes sense. In the book, this is before she was famous. Probably didn't research this that well. In the book, the snake comes out, "Thanks," like with the long S, and then he says, "Thanks, mi amigo." And it's like the snake's going back to Brazil. I'm like, I don't think Burmese pythons are from there. Cool.
Dude, just this alone.
In her defense, I believe she was homeless or fighting with homelessness when she wrote the first book. So I mean,
oh yeah, no, she was rags to riches. That was
actually, wait, no, that still doesn't track because the library's right there. You could just go into it.
Yeah, she was writing it on a. She wrote some of it on a phone.
Unless she was thinking,
She stank?
well, this thing is bred in captivity, so maybe it came from Brazil.
Yep,
That's also another train of thought.
But also, I don't remember Harry Potter having a conversation with a Spanish snake at any other point in the series, and it's just really funny to read on the page.
So it wasn't a gay snake? It was a Spanish snake?
It's like,
I thought it was gay.
No. Thanks, amigo. Hombre puts on a little laugh.
No, as an adult, that's a cool touch because like I have a better understanding of like the Harry Potter universe in retrospective. So like now that scene that used to, I don't know why, like Harry Potter, I was like a Lord of the Rings kid. I don't know. So the whole glass disappearing and the snake saying things didn't necessarily appeal back then, but now I understand that Voldemort is essentially a lich, like from D&D. He's like, like he's got a phylactery. It's just been renamed Horcruxes, and he, you know what I mean. And so like it's kind of the same idea as this. It's like, oh, There's a lot of D&D in here. There's a lot of actually pretty.
There's a
solid
ton of
fantasy
Lord of the
tropes.
Rings in Harry Potter.
There's
too.
a lot of Lord of the Rings. Yeah. And I'm just like, in hindsight, I'm like, I see the snake talking to him. I'm like, oh, that's because he's got like a part of Voldemort's soul in him, and so he's like
Also,
functionally kind of
talking
is
snakes
Voldemort.
being
So
bad from the Bible. Also,
I saw that right away. I was gonna bring it up. I was like, this is kind of like some Garden of Eden symbolism going on, except Harry is like a well, he's a child, so that's like
Harry's
innocence.
a male child and not
A
a
male
nude, naked adult woman. There
No.
are some
Yeah.
differences.
Still a talking snake. And what was the fruit in this instance? He let the snake out. It's not like Harry got like a fruit or anything.
No,
was
he
not
got
Harry.
he got
He got nothing
abused.
but
He got abused.
he got nothing but abuse for that.
Yeah, I guess the fruit was vengeance. I don't know. So like, yeah, there is some like because like his
Well, the
bully brother
snake
fell
was
in.
the most directly magical thing that he had affected, and he noticed.
Yeah.
Like there have been some things that had happened in his past, according to the book, that were like, "Wow, how did he do that?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't know. It's kind of weird." The glass disappearing and then reappearing, that was very much like, "Oh, this cannot be explained." So the fruit is the knowledge of good and evil. Oh, good. Like the knowledge of it. There is something more to this world. There is a veil. There's something
got
beyond the veil here that shows, yeah. So the knowledge of good and evil, knowledge of
Ooh,
magic.
ooh, another layer. No, you literally nailed it. It's less about a fruit and more about what the fruit in the Bible represents, which was knowledge. And in this case, Harry definitely learned something in that instance. He's like, magic, and if you think about it, the glass pane disappearing, this invisible barrier faded away from him right before his eyes. Symbolic.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot going on in that scene. Just like,
You know,
I like it.
AC, I think that might be a good lead in to that clip I have prepped.
Okay, I'll pull it up. Yeah.
Let me just hold on. You need to give me a second to get to the tab again.
All right,
Here we
we'll
go.
wait.
All right. Volume on. I can't tell. Everything is weird. Thank you, StreamYards. All right.
Copies. One cannot be happy about the 35 million copies of Harry Potter. I had a piece in today's Wall Street
I saw the
Journal.
editorial. Yes, the op-ed piece.
Yes,
We can't be happy about that.
No, I think that's not reading because there's nothing there to be read. There's just an endless string of cliches. I kind of think that does anyone any good. I mean, people tell me, well, at least the child is reading, which my answer is no, the child isn't reading. That's not The Wind in the Willows. That's not Through the Looking Glass. That's not Charlotte's Web by E.B. White or James Thurber's The 13 Clocks. That's not really children's literature. It's really just slop. And I do not think it does anyone any good at all.
Okay, but then what are you saying? I mean, are millions and millions and millions of people wrong?
I'm afraid so.
And are
Copies. One cannot be happy.
The arrogance.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
I've noticed this.
Okay.
Now it's not necessarily a good thing in some ways, but the goalpost from when I was a child to now, as far as what is expected of certain industries and certain social parameters, has shifted so far that looking back on this, I laugh. I don't agree with him, but the idea of having standards for things, I kind of do agree with, to a degree.
Well, that gentleman there was someone famous. I don't know. I never heard of him. But I also went to college for all of one class before I decided, I'd rather not get accused of threatening teachers with zero basis for the accusations. Harold... What was his name?
I don't know.
I don't know his name either, and I already closed the tab. Anyways, this is some famous guy who has written books on like Shakespeare and a ton of other things, and it's...
Sorry, I'm listening.
No, I
have heard...
We're watching the very fluid Skyrim horse simulation.
I have heard one person who I personally know comment on that guy, a college student. He did not have anything nice to say about what this dude had to say about Shakespeare.
Yeah.
I saw another commenter who said that, you know, this dude's writing on Shakespeare almost made him hate Shakespeare. So this is the kind of gentleman that we're dealing with.
He's just an angry, froggy man. That's it.
It's just fascinating to me because you have AC bringing up the symbolism aspect of the glass disappearing. The other night, when I was on the voice chat with my brother and our Jew friend, we had like a several hours long conversation about just Harry Potter. You know, talking about plot points, world building. Like, is it cliche?
Harold Bloom.
Thank you. I knew there was a Harold in there, but I was thinking Loom, not Bloom.
Yeah. Also,
So I actually have a question about that because we're all in the indie sphere, some way, shape, or form, whether it's fan base, writing, whatnot. How is that any different from the indies criticizing other indies?
Well, it depends. So let me answer this question in a couple parts. Now, first of all, that guy right there is a professional critic, which means
and we've all seen professionals critic indie things too, and you know who I'm talking about without saying their name.
Yeah, but so here's the thing: if you can't do it or don't do it yourself, shut up. If you're not,
he's the gym teacher from from School of Rock. If you can't teach. If you can't teach gym.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly what it is. So so when it comes to critics, it's like it's easy to stand on the beach and criticize the guy's surfing technique on a 50-foot wave that you're not riding. If you can't get out there and do it, shut up. So that's my blanket critique it's my blanket statement for all critics. Like, you risk nothing, you invest nothing, you add nothing, you just sit back, let other people work, and then comment on their work. If you can't do it, shut the up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number one. That's the first one. Number two, I believe that man specifically, given his reference in that conversation, and then also given his background, I would say the mistake he is making, where he's misguided, is he is conflating her lack of writing technique for telling a bad story. The story isn't good because she is a great writer. The story is good because she is a great storyteller. That's what sells Harry Potter. That's why she has more money than the British royal family. And so, because she's a good storyteller, her writing in some places is absolutely atrocious. The story is so good, it doesn't matter. You're able to look past the mountain of adverbs that fall all over the place. You're able to look past You're able to look past like all of these obnoxious dialogue tags, all of these things that a technical writer coach would criticize you for and make you change in an edit. She can get away with that because the story she told is compelling. And that's what he's critiquing the technique, because at the time the whole series wasn't out. He's critiquing the technique and thinking that's not a good story and missing the entire point. And that's why people like him, I have no respect for his opinions on anything, because you're missing the forest for the trees, you dumbass. Like, look at the story. She's telling a good story, and she's accumulated a vast amount of wealth doing it. So, Mr.
She's so
Harold
rich,
Bloom,
dude.
Yeah.
And there's also more too, because it's not just that she was successful at it. It's this weird like especially in the literary space, this used to be even more prominent than it is now. It still exists, but not like it used to back when this guy was still puffing his own gas and trying to see the moon. No, what it's like, talk to like Brandon Sanderson talked about this. He was in a literary course in college, and one of the books that he ended up selling and like editing and finishing later that became wildly popular was rejected because it's not real fiction. That was the quote. What do you mean real fit? Yeah, it was. It was just.
It's not real fiction.
They wanted genre fiction, not fantasy, not this.
So
fantasy
word it like
is its own genre, you dipshit.
I know, but like, yeah, a lot of writing courses in colleges are still like this. Not all of them. There's been a lot of change as far as that goes, but there's this weird like dismissive attitude like towards things like superheroes or like sci-fi fantasy, which are all kind of one form of fantasy or another, essentially. But this idea persisted for a very, very long time. It's like, oh, that's why we had so many kid cartoons like about superheroes and such, because it was for kids. Like adults can't possibly enjoy this. Yeah. This is for children, right, Maji?
But you know, like they will say that kind of stuff. They like, granted, they're no, but the people we're referring to, they couldn't just because of time. But those people would never say anything like that to someone like Hemingway, because Hemingway would punch you in the mouth and give zero shits about it.
Yes, he would.
Dude,
and that's the thing.
He
like,
fight people? Yeah, he
dueled
people. Right?
Yeah, they go. Yeah. So they're going to go for the passive Mormon who's not going to say anything back. They're going to go for the single British mother. Like they're going to say all this stuff because they don't fear any real world consequence. But they wouldn't say anything like the Hemingway. Even like let's just commit sacrilege for a second and say that Hemingway wasn't a good writer, but he was popular. They still wouldn't trash him, because he beat their ass in the real world. So
same with Mark Twain, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Now it just turns out both of those people we're talking about, Hemingway and Twain, are outstanding at what they do.
Yeah,
but that's also the thing. Like this snobbery only exists because they refuse to acknowledge the very delicate threads that their entire infrastructure and world hangs by. And like any one of those threads, or anyone just chooses to ignore those threads, like a Hemingway, and walks in and just punches you in the mouth, what are you going to do? They're not going to do anything. And so like, that's why like I disregard them entirely, I disregard them almost on a human level, not quite, but almost. It's like, you are a useless.
I agree, but Bill did have a thing he wanted to talk about on the storytelling. I have to talk to my kids for a minute, so I'll be back. Bill, take it away.
So this actually came up between me and the boys the other night when we were talking about it, and sort of going back to the mention of the story itself being good. There's also part of what I think Rowling did really well, and I remember this from a few years back when I was rereading the books, because I got the house editions for Ravenclaw because I'm a fucking nerd.
That is awesome. So
but
good.
One thing I remember is we do lose a lot of the class stuff in the later movies. I want to say it's like from 4 onward. There's not much about classes going on.
Yeah, that's very true, Jesse.
Oh, shit.
But
wait, you mean in
the
terms
books,
of like you mean in terms of like academic classes, like the classes,
like seeing them actually in the classes, taking exams. Yeah. We get a couple scenes in Potions class in Half-Blood Prince, but that's because, you know, Harry's supposed to cozy up to Professor Slughorn and get the memory that they need.
Yeah.
But the books, all of the books have a very high focus on the classes, on the academic structure of the school, the OWL exams, the Newt exams, taking apparition classes in their 6th year. Like there's so much emphasis on the classwork And these are also books targeted toward kids. So when you're a kid, you're reading about this, you're getting lost in the fantasy, but you're also reading about what amounts to the mundane lives of this other world.
Of course, the academics would be the thing you tune into, you Ravenclaw.
Well, it's just so interesting.
Stick together, okay?
Thank you, Machi. I just think it's so interesting because she did such a good, solid job for the most part with the world building. Again, it borrows very heavily from other things, but at the same time, and this is also going back to the Star Wars comparison, George Lucas did the same thing with Star Wars. Jarrod, you've seen Hidden Fortress, yeah? The Kurosawa film?
Yes.
How similar to that is A New Hope?
Oh, it's remarkably similar.
You ever see Lady Snowblood?
I've not seen that one, no.
Okay, I can't make a joke at Quentin Tarantino's expense then. But you know, she just had this way. She gets you sucked in. She gets you to believe the world. She gets you to hone in on the world, on the characters, and
something tells me.
I mean, if that doesn't speak to something, then
right.
Yeah, I mean, she's a phenomenal storyteller. I don't care if her technique isn't academic to some professor's standards. I don't care. Is she a good storyteller, and do people like to read her story? Okay, that's all I need to know.
Bingo. Yeah.
And I think the thing, and sorry, AC, I think it's foolish. It is foolish for people to dismiss Harry Potter because of the immense cultural impact the series has. Like,
exactly.
Sorry.
Like a single mother on the verge of homelessness writes a story series that has a cultural impact that is still ongoing 30 years later. You don't ignore that and you don't dismiss it. That's something significant culturally, and you need to understand, and people need to understand why.
Oh God, Jarrod, you're such a misogynist. Jeez. You dude.
He clearly hates women. For sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't you have a wife too? Oh, ick.
Yeah, no, she's a self-hating woman.
Yeah, one of the good ones.
Okay,
right?
so not to go too far into the politics thing, but Jarrod just said it. She was she was near homeless. She was writing this so her family can survive. Everybody says that she's being phobic, but in actuality, she's just going off of what she saw in the real world.
Yeah.
Yep, she's still a feminist, so nobody's perfect, but
Yeah.
Well, she believes in science and reality, so
Also,
I'll take. Okay, you can. That's fine. Feminism, that's all right. As long as you're sane. I don't know.
We don't talk about those spells, McCoppin.
McCoppin, you know how much
X-ray
fan
vision
fiction got turned into real fiction after that because of this exact idea? There's a spell called Engorgio. You don't need an imagination to figure it out.
We're missing the elephant in the room. Love potions. Students are buying love. That was a major plot of both the book and movie of Half-Blood Prince.
That's not good.
These students are, I don't know if I could say it live on stream, otherwise you guys might get hit with a strike.
They're buying love potions.
Students are getting
them. They're buying love potions.
Graped.
Yes.
By other students.
I think
this is a fucking problem. Where's the ministry on this?
That being said,
justice for the male students.
I get why the books don't really dive into it. There's enough implied, and people always just kind of assume anyway. I'm okay with a book series that starts off as a kid series and moves into young adult, not really going in on this. Because the alternative I don't really like either. I don't want my kids reading about Hagrid having the birds and the bees talk with Harry, even though that's really
you
fun.
end up running into what we got after when J.K. Rowling was like, I don't know, just before she was in recent spotlight and like hated by a lot of people. It was like when she what did she say? She said something about like the wizards got rid of their poop with teleportation spells, and then like that Dumbledore's gay and all the stuff that actually was never written in.
So much stuff from her website is just Why are you putting this out there? Like,
Yeah.
one thing that gets me. So
yeah, My Immortal,
if-
the famous Harry Potter fan fiction, is atrociously
Ah.
funny. Maji,
It's-
you were one of the original readers of that, weren't you?
I
What
was
is
held
this?
hostage by Billy Bob Sack, and we read it. It was so bad it literally broke my brain. I actually had to stop. I don't. I think Otter has the. It's still on his. No, it was Readout. It was poor Readout. It was on his stream, but yeah, no, we were all trying to read this My Immortal, but it was such bad fanfic. I had a complete meltdown after My Chemical Romance, some sort of My Chemical Romance concert or something. I was done.
I have
Do I even
it, I
wanna
have
know
it
what
right.
this
I
is?
have it right here. I have it right here.
I don't think I
What,
want to know
Hi.
what this
the
is.
stream
My-
or the?
No, My Immortal.
Whatever it is you guys are talking about, My Immortal. What the fuck?
It sounds
Hi,
like it's fan
My
fiction.
name is
That's an
Ebony
Evanescence
Darkness
song.
Dementia
it's
Ravenway.
fiction.
I have long, ebony black hair. That's how I got my name. With purple streaks and red tips that reaches my mid-back and icy blue eyes like limpid tears. And a lot of people tell me I look like Amy Lee. Oh, God, this is bad already.
Yeah, we finished it, but I was broken. We did finish it, Readout, but it broke me. Remember, I tuned out. I had this big
Just-
old rant. Like you could hear the moment my brain snapped, and I couldn't take anymore.
Hold on, Kahuna, were you just reading it?
Yes.
Yes.
I
I
didn't
need my
alter
gun.
anything.
I need to get my gun.
That
Yeah.
that was just the beginning. It gets better or worse.
Oh no, this is so bad that she can't remember how to spell her character's name, and then
And they
after a while she
change.
gets fed up trying to remember it. That she changes it all together.
Oh.
Also, the last line of the first paragraph.
What?
A lot of preps stared at me. I put up my middle finger at them.
Oh no.
I'm putting up my middle finger, guys.
At the preps?
At
Why
the
would you do it to the
preps.
preps, dude? They're just gonna bully you harder now.
How? Hold on. No. We need to backtrack here. How hard is it to write down your main character's name?
And,
Yeah.
and add it to
what do
your
you mean?
autocorrect.
What do you mean? Ebony, Darkness, Dementia, Ravenway? It's easy.
I have the names of random side characters who are never coming up again in Zorn written down. How hard? Motherfucker.
Yeah.
I was
I
joking
have
at first, but
no
I'm beginning to think I do need my gun.
I have
I'm
no
on
room to
off.
talk. I actually forgot how to spell one of my characters' names. Kinley,
It's
who
happened to me
shows
too.
up a couple of times. I couldn't remember how I spelled it, so I had to go back and do a search and then change it all to a single line.
Also,
I mean,
so edgy, so bold, so angsty. This dialogue is real. This dialogue is really something too. Hey, Ebony! Shouted the voice. I looked up. It was Draco Malfoy. I can't. What's up,
Oh, she's
Draco? I
obsessed
asked.
with Draco.
Nothing. He said shyly. Then I hear my friends call me, and I had to go away. That's really killer dialogue.
you need a technical difficulties clip thing to cut to in times like this.
Oh my god. Oh, chat. That was it. That was the end of chapter 1. Those lines. Oh yeah, is
Yeah.
it good? Please tell me, Fangs with a Z.
I'm fine not listening to it readout, but thank you for the offer.
I might have to. I'm gonna fall
Oh
asleep. to it
Christ Almighty!
tonight.
Oh,
You
Okay,
know,
well,
you're
AC's a
just-
masochist.
Yeah, AC, you're just enough masochist. You might enjoy it just to listen to us suffer.
I'd be like sitting there with a
I
cup
listen
of
to
coffee. Everybody, my
Yeah.
family's asleep around me. I'm just like inches away from the TV, even though it's like an audiobook. Just like listening to it, like oh, that's a missed symbolism opportunity. Just hating it on it the whole time, smoking cigarettes, just getting pissed. It's like,
just like
what is
Christmas
this
morning, you
garbage?
got done wrapping the presents. The kids and the wife and dog are asleep, and you're just sitting there drinking coffee, listening hot cocoa listening to them suffer through my immortal. Yeah.
Yeah, because it grows on me.
Also, there is a Harry Potter fan fiction from the first one.
Ooh.
And it's called Tumbling Towers.
That doesn't sound relevant to anything Harry Potter.
Hold on. Tumbling Towers. Is this a reference to a very specific American historical event? What the fuck?
What?
There's a Harry Potter fan fiction
man.
about 9/11.
What, dude? Like, what if 9/11 happened but wizards?
Oh,
Dude, kind of interested a little bit.
Do they try to use it?
I'll see if I can find it, dude. I haven't said it. I haven't looked it up in years. Let's see.
We gotta maybe dip into that a little bit. Like, check it out.
I'm terrified right now.
Well, like I'm like, what a bold choice to have the main bad guy in your movie come out in 2001 with a turban. That was a bold move.
That was a bold
Death
move.
Eaters were jihadists all along.
I noticed that. I was like, ooh, this is interesting play here, J.K. Rowling.
I was curious. Like I reread the books. I'm like, no, he had a turban. Okay, so
Oh,
that
yeah.
was always the plan. But well, at first I was like, am I remembering wrong? Did they just add that to the movie for reasons?
Well, no, I remember the turban too from the book because that's how he hid Voldemort's face. It's just
There's a warning at the
was behind
beginning.
9/11.
There's a
Confirmed.
warning at the beginning of this fan fiction. This is not. We're not looking for any criticism beyond constructive criticism. So if you're going to be mean, if you're going to make unnecessarily unkind comments or remarks, please save us both some time and do not read this story.
All right, let's read it and give non-constructive criticism.
Okay, I got this. London's Muggle airport was bustling with hundreds of people, just like it did on most days. Great, yes. The sound of 1,000 shoes hitting the floor echoed through the huge place, bouncing around Ron's head at a volume louder than usual. As he looked around, he noticed a lot of them were in Muggle suits. Those dirty Muggles. But most seemed
so
to be
fun.
preoccupied by finding their destination. Oh my God, it gets worse.
It just keeps going, doesn't it?
I'm glancing through it. Ron and Hermione are going on an horror mission to America.
Ooh.
What?
Last call for flight 657 to board. Oh,
657.
no, he looks at her. I'll be back in a few weeks. I promise.
And then the narrator comes. He was not, in fact, back in 3 weeks. Like he promised.
Is Kahuna
Yeah,
doing
no,
okay? Do we need to send him some help?
It doesn't have chapters. It just has like dates. Next chapter, August 4th, 2001. We're getting closer.
We can get that. I can get behind that. That's actually not a bad idea if you're gonna like go with the whole theme. Like countdown. Why not? Tell us the dates because it's about 9/11, a date, right? So might as well work towards it. But you risk kind of having the whole thing become a stream of consciousness.
Decisions were certainly made with this.
Yeah.
Wait, also, we skipped from like the 4th of August all the way to August 10th and then to September 11th. What are the why such a strong time jump? Why did we
And then
start?
what happened? Here's the problem with that. What happened? What happened? Like, what the heck happened?
I don't know. You guys talk about Harry Potter. I'm going to try to find out.
He's so engaged now.
Yeah.
When did Harry and Ginny get here?
Lock it in.
Yeah, like when you do dates like that, you risk people wondering that kind of stuff when there's like large chunks of time all of a sudden.
Wait a second. Why does he need planes if they have port
he was
keys?
on the plane.
Right. That's this comment
Ron
logic.
was on one of the planes that got taken over and he died.
Ron, what'd they do? What'd they do to you?
Why couldn't he just disappear that plane?
You don't understand, Kahuna. The only way to properly ship Hermione with Harry is to get Ron out of the picture.
What was it? What are the tower names? What was it? The North and South Tower.
Towers.
The only way to get into the
tumbling
Wizarding
towers.
World is to fly an airplane into the West Tower. At the right angle.
Wait a second.
It's like 9 3/4. Right. Okay, maybe it's too soon, guys. Sorry. Sorry. What else you got in there, Kahuna? Any more nuggets of wisdom from?
So Ron's alive.
Okay.
And they both apparated to where they felt each other for some, and they both apparated underneath the building as it's about to collapse. That's the end.
All right. All right. Yep.
I think.
Oh wait,
Kahuna
that's
just
not
broke.
the end. Just the end of chapter 2.
Oh my gosh.
That's just
Anyway, we're gonna set this aside for now. But
yeah.
My God,
You need to report on that, Kahuna. You need to report back on that. Let us know.
Christ.
Is that our next book club?
It might be. Yeah.
We're gonna read Tumbling Towers by-
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Man,
Okay,
I used to like fan fiction. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what happened.
It's kind of
I've never liked fan fiction, and this is why.
Literally
talking on this, fan fiction just needs to die.
they can't even get it right. Like everything becomes fan fiction, like with like the Lord of the Rings show and stuff too. Like so it's like we're in the age of fan fiction.
I think the Lord of the Rings show, the Rings of Power counts as fan fiction because there's like the only thing Tolkien in it is the name.
They're all,
worse.
and also they're not really fans. So
That's
Well,
true.
that too.
Yeah.
But also, you guys are all calling it by the wrong name. It's Lord of the
Power.
Rings. We was Kang.
Amazon Rings of Power.
Rings of power.
Yeah,
Yeah, Rings of power.
got to really hood it up.
So
we got
speaking of that,
rings, son.
yeah,
Speaking of
apparently the Wizards didn't need a plane for international travel, Jesse.
yeah,
I'm sorry. I don't know what's happening, man. This is
I really thought I was gonna win you
I don't
guys
think the
over
author
with
knew.
the North and 3/4 tower or whatever, the West Tower joke. I was like, dang,
I was too
that was a
busy
bomb.
choking on my own tongue. Forgive me.
I was preoccupied with reminders of why I hate fan fiction.
Yeah, it's just like stewing.
Now it is weird what's kind of happened to so many of the Harry Potter, like the kid actors all grown up. That being said, the amount of fame that they had from such a young age is a little hard to contemplate. Like Daniel Radcliffe, he was talking about how a woman, when he was 14 at a fan meetup, he had an adult woman in her mid-20s, show up wearing nothing but a Harry Potter towel and open it and then propose marriage to him naked in the snow. And that was when he was 14. And that wasn't entirely uncommon.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't agree with a lot of like what like where their heads are at now. I don't think a lot of them are healthy people, but I get it. You guys went through a very unusual amount of fame at a very young age.
It checks out. And I'll just say there's probably a reason we don't really hear from any of the other ones except for Radcliffe. It seems like Radcliffe.
Emma Watson.
I don't hear
Rupert
much from
Grint,
her.
he's just a normal guy now, which is weird.
That's kind of
No, he said something colossally stupid recently.
No, he did, which is too bad because I kind of liked like what he was doing, just kind of living life. But
like Tom Felton, oddly enough, the guy that played the biggest douche in the whole movie series is the most like down to earth, level headed dude.
So
of
cool,
all of
yeah.
them.
And he got so much hate from random people in real life. Like people
maybe that
hated him
humbled him.
IRL for his acting in that movie.
Because like over here, you got Radcliffe, Harry Potter, just getting like boobs thrown at him in a really unhealthy way, and then you get you get Draco over here getting bullied for no reason because of the character he played. It's gonna two different paths here. You know?
Not directly related to the first film, but did you guys notice that one of Malfoy's goons, like Crabbe, like I think it was Crabbe out of the Crabbe and Goyle duo, one of them just disappeared after.
Yeah, that's because the actor got arrested for drugs.
No,
he
was arrested as a conspirator in the Boston marathon bombing.
What? Where are you
What?
Something.
He was
this
arrested.
methane
He was
thing.
arrested for conspiracy to terrorism.
Crab actor.
What?
Arrested.
I might be misremembering some details.
Hold on.
Well, I got this.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Literally.
I don't know what it is about Hollywood, but it breaks people.
Jared, you're muted. You're
Yep,
muted.
Jared, you're muted. It does break people, Maji. There's something.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we were both wrong, Kahuna. It was the
London riots in 2011.
Yeah,
I got the event wrong. That's my
Jamie
bad.
Wayland, who played Vincent Crabbe in Harry Potter films, was jailed for 2 years in 2012 for his involvement in 2011 London riots. He was found guilty of a violent disorder in handling stolen goods, specifically possessing a petrol bomb. Wow. He was charged with terrorism.
That would do it.
He was not charged with terrorism, but with violent criminal activity.
Where did I get the drugs from?
Probably because
What am I
one of the other
remembering?
Harry Potter actors was arrested for drugs.
He was, yeah, and it's common
maybe.
arrest. Yeah. They probably were.
I could have sworn it was Crab.
Yeah, but yeah, that's fun. So if you guys ever
Oh, he
wonder
could-
why,
Anyway.
that's why he disappeared.
He caught a drug charge too in 2009.
But
Yeah,
seriously,
You're right.
the Hollywood bubble in both the UK and here in the US is insane. How
Mhm.
many kids actually come out normal in that mess?
Okay, hold on. Bigger question. Did any of them ever go to the island?
Ooh, let's find out.
Harry Potter people? I don't know. I can't
Find out.
tell you. I wasn't there.
I have questions, and I am concerned for the safety of
Well,
former
hold on.
children.
Hold
Yeah,
on, talking about the island on YouTube will get you geek.
We're
Don't
talking
do
about
that.
Lost. We're talking about Lost,
Yeah.
the TV show.
Yeah, we're talking
The
about
Island
Lost.
The movie, The
Victoria
Island.
Not a fun fact, an odd fact. I snorkeled off that island. I
Whoa.
snorkeled off the coast of that island. I saw the helicopter land on that island,
That's an odd fun.
carrying Mr. J.E. himself.
Yeah.
This is in
Einstein?
2000. This is in 2015.
How did
So
you
I-
end up so close to it?
It was on a snorkeling trip.
He
as
got
part of
out.
this cruise that April and I were on. And
Bro,
this
that's really
this like
weird, dude.
helicopters, we're like snorkeling up down there, and this black helicopter comes in like one of those, like it's like a chotched up Airwolf comes flying in, lands, and the guy's like, Epstein's landed. I'm like, what? What? And then they explain where we were. I was like, no shit.
But
That's
this is in
odd. Can we leave?
2015.
That's crazy, dude.
Oh, bro, that's
There's a shark hole
okay, so-
on that island, by the way. There's like a little
We should
hole.
probably
There's pictures of
yeah.
it. It's weird. It's
We
weird.
should probably say real quick, Jared is in perfect mental health.
Yeah,
Does not wish harm upon himself or anyone else.
same.
Yes,
He's a perfectly sane individual.
And remember, when we
not
talk about the
supposed to
island,
know.
we're talking about the island from the show Lost, the very terrible TV show that was very popular inexplicably.
Yeah, and J.E. is John Einstein. So there you go. So
John Einstein. It's
No
like,
film
it's like
actors.
remember Einstein's weird younger brother, like blue collar younger brother. Yeah, that was him.
John fucking Einstein.
Turns out he's like a logger in the woods. That same hair, same mustache, but just like
A logger.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. But he like makes cool shit out of wood, dude. He's just constantly making cool stuff out of wood.
Okay, who brought the dog?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
You got me with that, Jared. I thought that was on your end. You got me. But yeah,
I look for every opportunity I can to make a Ghostbusters quote.
no, it's great, dude. I love it. Yes, sir. This man has no dick. I love it.
I'm gonna miss him.
I'm gonna miss him. Oh,
I am gonna get you a nice fruit basket.
oh, bro.
Oh, just don't
Ray,
make them
what
like they
did you
used to,
do?
man.
Now-
I'm
now
so
that's-
innocent.
now that's
I
big
never
drinking.
thought.
The flowers are still standing.
Oh, I do love Bill Murray playing the straight man in a movie.
Yeah.
I don't know why it works so well. It just does. It's like he has this weird nonchalant quality that I don't see a lot of other actors pull off in a funny way. It's really unusual.
They had no confirmation that he was even going to be in the film until he showed up on set the first day of shooting. He like flew in from Paris the day before, or that night before, and just walked on set.
That's a very Bill Murray thing to do.
I know he had given no confirmation that he was going to do the film. Dude, yeah. I have a once removed funny story, Bill Murray story. Nick Pignotti he's like, he helped edit the last film, and he actually plays a role in the current film right now. Was a producer on Conan, Late Night with Conan.
Oh,
and
sweet.
So he and a buddy of his are in Santa Barbara, and they are walking out of an ice cream shop, of this ice cream parlor, ice cream in hand. Dude, his buddy's got his cone of ice cream. They turn the corner. Bill Murray walks up to him, takes his ice cream cone, bites it, hands it back, and said, "No one's going to believe you," and just walk. And then went in and got his. And they were still.
I've heard a lot of those stories about Bill Murray specifically. Half of them could be fake, or they could all be true, and I would be no less phased at this point.
No one's going to believe you.
Or it's like, my dad saw Robin Williams do stand-up way back in the day. And when he was up there, he's on his, white powder donut filled.
Oh yes.
Like with his comedy, you have to pay attention or you'll miss it. He's quick. He's so quick you miss 5 of his jokes in a row.
That was his sweaty era.
Oh, dude, he was intense. But he's up there. He's like, "Oh, ma'am, is that a camera? Oh, that's fantastic." Click. Explain that to your like, because this is back when you still had to go bring your film and get it developed. Yeah. Somewhere out there, someone has a picture of Robin Williams sweaty on stage.
That's awesome.
Remember, it's fantastic.
That is awesome. And then years later, he ironically did the film 1 Hour Photo.
Yep. But yeah, with Harry Potter. Reading it again, that first chapter, like the prologue, the only perspective chapter from another character, like almost every book has some chapter like that, or maybe every 2 or 3 books, and it's the only one like from a Muggle's perspective, and I think it really does a good thing establishing questions and mystery and tone, and it's like, oh, something big has just. It's one of the more brilliant openings for a book I've seen, period. It does a really, really good job of making someone going about their somewhat ordinary day seem really interesting, and it makes you want to read more. And I think it's one of the best openings for that specifically that I've read. Maybe period in a book. It's really brilliantly done.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
Because she's a good storyteller, man.
No, she has, and also I'm going to bring that up later too. You were mentioning like the adverbs and some of her quirky choices. For some people, that's why they like her writing style, though. And so, like, even the critics of that, it's like it comes down to taste to a point. It's like people they're not so concerned about what's proper and what's not. It's like, I don't generally prefer first-person narration and storytelling, but Red Rising is my favorite series, and it's all first-person.
Yeah.
And Bill, you've read enough of the series. I'm sure you've noticed this little trick that kind of breaks the rules of first-person. In first-person, you are in the head of the main character, of the perspective character.
Right.
But sometimes in Red Rising, you won't know everything that Darrow knows.
No, and
it's kind of it's weird, isn't it?
Who his mentor was I honestly in that scene thought that he was trying to trick his opponent to get him to screw up, like maybe get the opponent to start doubting. Oh, well, maybe he did train with this really cool guy, and then it turns out he did, and I'm like,
Wait,
Cool.
that if you go back and look at the writing, like there's moments where he was going out where he kind of contradicts when someone said, "Oh, you haven't trained this." Like there are moments that kind of hint at it, but it is weird to have like a story like that where it doesn't the writing it breaks the rules of writing, but in a way that still somehow works. I kind of think that's what J.K. Rowling did a little bit with her writing style in the books. Is like, yeah, does all these things that people consider mistakes. It's not real literature, but at the same time, it's like I've never read anything quite like Harry Potter
Yeah.
to this day.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. That's why I think like anyone anyone can be a writer. Though anyone can be a writer types. They conflate anyone can be a writer with anybody can be a good storyteller.
No.
Like, yes, you can be a technically good writer, but that doesn't mean you can tell a story for shit. Like I've read I have read many proficiently and technically executed samples of writing. I can't remember how to talk, but I have read those things. I have read things that have been written superbly, and I don't care about them whatsoever. Like they don't engage me at all because the story sucks. Like they're not a good storyteller. And I've read things that aren't written to the highest academic standard, but I want to know what happens on the next page because the story's engaging. And so like as soon as I see someone say anyone can be a good writer, it's like, yeah, but can they be a good storyteller? Because they're two different things.
That's a thing. That's a bit of a weakness of me.
Actually, to kind of go with what you were saying. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
But so to kind of go with what Jarrod was saying here, it could also be the exact opposite. Because when I was going through the writing process my first time, everybody kept telling me that they loved my characters, but I couldn't write worth a damn. But I made characters that people believed in and could relate to.
Yep.
And so it could go the opposite direction where, like, we're talking kind of like J.K. Rowling here. I'm not comparing myself to her in any way, shape, or form. Hell no. But she made this fabulous world that people believed in, that people liked. Yes, she can't write very well, but her editors got her through just enough that she could get it published.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
but
no, it's strong.
But no, it was just kind of conveying your guys' opinion, but from the opposite perspective there.
Yeah.
Whereas you could come across somebody like for my original book where, most people couldn't finish it, but people fell in love with the characters. They liked the characters. There was something about them that stuck out to them. I
would contend that it's not how you executed the writing of your characters, it's the story you told about the characters within your writing that people engage with.
I think it can be both. My whole thing is I'll sometimes, like, if I like something in a story or a book a lot, I'll have a tendency to carry water for its weaknesses. So
absolutely,
it's like if there's something I really, really like about a series in particular, I'll excuse a lot of bad or just not great, not optimal. Dresden Files, pretty decent example. There's so much I love about the series that it is really easy to forgive the things that are not in chief.
Oh yeah, I'm like that. I'm like that with books, with film and books. A perfect example of that we've already talked about, like with film, for me, is The Hobbit. Like there is a lot of things. There are many things in those three films that I'm willing to overlook because of for no other reason than Martin Freeman's performance and Ian McKellen's performance. Like
Also, best dragon ever put to screen. Period.
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Unfortunately, by a lot.
Yeah.
There's like, and it's also because it's kind of the kind of dragon that I like to see more often. There's nothing wrong with
You mean a real dragon?
Yeah, like real dragons. That's how they used to be. Okay. I don't mind like the animal dragons of so many modern series, but I grew up in the era of like dragons making deals and losing bets with Arabian wise men and like weird stuff, like stuff that my parents and grandparents read to me growing up, like the Wonder Clock and all these different things.
Yeah.
And it's like dragons are kind of supposed to be like this demonic kind of like force of greed and hunger and all these, almost like the 7 deadly sins turned into a monster kind of.
Yeah.
No, that's what it was. Dragon hordes were cursed. They were they would drive people mad. That was one thing that Tolkien actually didn't make up in The Hobbit. That's been legend for years with the dragons.
Yeah.
The old Knight's Tales. That's why they would go after like the princesses and stuff in the old stories.
Yeah.
They wanted the most treasured thing.
I have to go check on my kiddos. I'm going to step aside. So
the dragon in the Silmarillion that Tolkien wrote, and the Glaurung, that dragon, it doesn't even fly, and it's terrifying.
Yeah,
like it is. I mean, it casts spells. It blocks people's memories. It talks. It is manipulative. It is conniving. It is evil incarnate, and it is a terrifying element to the story. And it's like, that's a proper dragon right there. And so so even the dragons in Harry Potter, I feel like they pale in comparison to real dragons. But that doesn't mean the story's not good.
Yeah, and anytime you have a dragon, it's always going to be a good time. It doesn't even need to be the traditional fantasy dragon, because there's also a biblical dragon. You know, I've been having a lot of fun playing with the idea of I can get a lot of different varieties of dragons in my fantasy world if I just have it be a pejorative term for, I don't want to say kaiju, but essentially just big crazy monsters, right? They're just different variants of dragons, and then I can be double clever and have it be like, this one's a dinosaur, right? It's like a T-Rex, and I can have fun making a cool woolly T-Rex with tusks and hair that lives in the Arctic. It digs frozen corpses out of the snow of animals that died with those tusks, because T-Rexes were a scavenger. And I can just have fun with that and call it a dragon. It's the snow dragon of my world or whatever. Yeah.
But I mean, that's how we ended up with the legends of dragons. They saw the fossils of the large mammoths, the dinosaurs, all the mega creatures. They would find them and just sum them up as giant dragons. Those were the original dragons.
Yeah.
It's kind of what I'm nodding at too. So
Oh, I get it.
Yeah. And just to go back to bring it full circle with the idea of the quality of the story, being sort of the balm that helps soothe all of the imperfections of the writing. I think personally, a testament to how good the story, the Harry Potter story is in and of itself, like from book one to book 7 is, I did not find this story until I was 23, 24. I think it's 23 years old. So it's like I've already, I was an adult mostly. And I still found the story compelling and engaging to the point where I caught up in the books and then was ahead. in the books, and I was reading the books before the movies came out eventually, because the story's good. And so, yeah, I say saying all that, then that critic can take the whole book series and stuff it up as fat.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I still give it credit for keeping an entire generation reading.
Yeah.
Because it was right there at the birth of the internet. It was right when we saw the big evolution in tech, and Jarrod knows exactly what I'm talking about. I was just old enough to realize what was going on, but Jarrod was seeing it firsthand. It went from hardly anybody having any kind of tech, any kind of computer, to all of a sudden, within a span of about 5 years, everybody being glued to a screen all at once.
Yep.
Harry Potter came out just at that evolution that kept kids back into the real world and kept them grounded enough as the tech was evolving.
Yep.
I mean, how many times today do we see where tablets are raising children now?
Too many.
Harry Potter kept that from happening to our generation.
Yep. Yeah, that can't argue with that.
I have some information about the Einstein files too, pertaining to Harry Potter.
Oh, okay.
So for the most part,
hold on, before we go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Like, I want to just confirm what Kahuna was saying in terms of like, there are those rare moments where you have a phenomenal storyteller with impeccable writing skill telling a truly timeless story. And the ultimate example of that is Tolkien. Like, and I will die on that hill. Like,
yeah,
superb technique, flawless storytelling, and it stands the test of time.
Well, he was a linguist, right?
Yes.
How many languages did he write?
Exactly. So when you have that, when you have that
14?
when you have that sort of second nature knowledge of language and words, that means that he didn't even really have to think about it. It was just going to come out however it was going to come out. So he could just fully flesh out everything else. So you get, like what you're saying, the best of both worlds like that. It's really kind of like lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, man.
For sure.
That's why he's the GOAT.
Yeah. I have a suspicion. It started with him researching languages for faith-based reasons. This is my suspicion, right? This is just anecdotal for me. Because think about it, you got to learn a lot about, you got to learn how to read Greek and how they wrote it at that time, and Latin and all this stuff. Like, you really have to understand language and words if you want to get into the deeper, I guess, origins of a lot of the modern faiths that people worship these days. Tolkien was a man of faith, so I have this suspicion that it started there, and as it branched out, he just started. It's an example of a story coming out of a total understanding of things in general, just life. Like, he had a full life. He fought in wars. He's seen men die. He's had children. He's created life. Fully understands language and all this stuff. So the thing just happened. I really think it truly is just like an anomaly that you can only get out of somebody who's maxed out in level on both things. But coming from that angst of war and the pursuit of truth through his faith and stuff, I really think it lines things up. It's like a perfect storm.
Well, not only that, but he wanted to create a mythos for England.
Yeah.
The whole purpose of the Lord of the Rings was because he liked the stories of the Greek gods and the Titans and all of that. But England didn't really have a mythos other than just the Celtic, the Celtic warriors, their versions of their gods and stuff. But so
there was a massive chunk of Anglo-Saxon history that was just lost.
Yeah,
Completely,
during the Roman
yeah.
Empire.
Yeah,
That's why
and
he was
so-
obsessed with Beowulf. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and that was part of the impetus for him for his creation of Middle Earth was just like it's almost like the greatest what if ever there ever was. It's like it's the greatest what if this was what happened in in Anglo-Saxon history in England
Mhm.
or in like Western Europe.
Yeah.
Sorry, Maggie, go ahead.
No. That's what you're 100% correct. So Tolkien was just trying to create a story worth being a legend for, and he did. he shaped modern fantasy, just like how I know he hates it. The guy who created Sherlock Holmes shaped modern detective.
Yeah.
Modern forensics. He hates it. In fact, I can't remember the exact quote because I can't remember his name either. But he
Arthur
even
Conan
said
Doyle?
if
Sir
all
Arthur
he's
Conan
known
Doyle.
for, yeah, Doyle. If all he's known for is Sherlock Holmes, he's failed as a writer. But from a forensic standpoint, he evolved how that was done.
Yeah. Dude, how sad a statement is that? It's like you can't like he just was unable to recognize how important and impactful his work was to other people. It's like, gee, me Christmas. That's it's so like that statement has always depressed me. It's like, dude, if you only knew how important those stories are to some people.
Well, it reminds me, Jared, of like musicians when they have a one-hit wonder and they hate it. They just end up hating it, and everybody who talks about it and all that. Oh, cool.
It's really
this is a neat view. We just get the best of both here. That's
nice.
cool.
Nice.
Yeah. That's awesome. I wonder how this works.
Debating
Yeah,
on
it's
what
really-
I need to level.
Ooh, this works too.
I like this. Yeah.
But yeah, anyway.
It's really fascinating, that sort of thing. And maybe if, a psychology teacher didn't accuse me of threatening her when I never did,
Oh, it was a her.
I could have maybe delved a bit more into it, into human psychology, and actually get more info. I could read about it or something whenever I get a chance on my own, but this is a common thing. Like, actors don't want to be typecast. Writers don't want to just be known for the one thing.
Yeah, like what was his name? LeBlanc. Who
Matt
played
LeBlanc.
Joey? Yeah, he got like typecast as like the dumb guy, and he wasn't thrilled about it.
Well, and that's why the sort of unspoken rule for most actors that have played the Doctor is 3 seasons. Because Patrick Troughton once told one of the other Classic Who doctors, only do 3 seasons so that way you're not typecast as this one character.
Yep, makes sense.
And then,
I mean,
there was Tom Baker that was there for like 7 fucking years. But that's beside the point.
It's probably a good universal rule of thumb for actors. But I mean, if you want to be Jon Snow, then then stick around. Then you'll be Jon Snow.
Look at Chris Evans. Everybody will forever know him as Captain America.
The only exception might be The Witcher. Forgot the actor's name. Cavill. Cavill is somehow playing all these big roles, and he's still Henry Cavill.
That's because Henry Cavill is his own aura. He is such a nerd that everybody can see him in pretty much any nerd role. But
It's arguable that he hasn't been in a specific role long enough.
That
could be it.
It's a little bit, but it's bigger than that. What separates Henry Cavill from everybody what you were just talking about, especially Evans and that whole crop of dudes, is Henry Cavill is authentic. He is who he is. He knows who he is. He gives you who he is when he's in an interview. He doesn't, and like Chris Evans and Anthony Mackie and all these people, they are plastic. They are plastic, inauthentic people. And I think Jeremy Renner is an exception to that, because Jeremy Renner is himself. Is himself when he's off camera. And I think he strikes me as authentic. Either he's just an ultra phenomenal actor, but like he strikes me as someone who is authentic off camera. And it's like those people are the people you care about, and it's why those names get more traction in films that aren't attached to those huge IPs. Like, yes, Chris Evans is Captain America. That's it. Like, but Captain America is bigger than Chris Evans.
Yeah.
I think Jeremy Renner. I don't think Jeremy Renner is Hawkeye. Like, I don't think Jeremy Renner is more than Hawkeye. I think Jeremy Renner is bigger than Hawkeye.
Right.
Henry Cavill is more important and bigger than Superman or Geralt. And it's because they're authentic. There's an authenticity about them. And I think I'm theorizing. I could be totally wrong here too. I just think that's probably what separates them from a lot of people in that whole like mess that is modern Hollywood.
I think you're right. And so like what I'm picking up on what you and Maji are saying is like what it really comes down to is like really good PR. And I don't mean like a good PR team. I mean like specifically during your interviews being just a normal human being. Yeah.
I mean, to go the exact opposite, the two chicks from Wicked, all we're ever going to know them as is the creepy ghouls from Wicked. I can't remember what else Ariana Grande's been in, and I frankly don't care. She's those creepy interviews have completely.
There's something so weird.
Sounds like a burrito.
Well, they're like walking Wendigos.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah.
People are speculating that there was like some sort of like, and I know it's low hanging fruit to say like not eating and stuff, but
I think Ozempic
like
was
seriously
involved.
with the Ozempic stuff, people were really speculating that there was like a lack of nutrition that was causing them to like act really odd. Because that if I'm remembering right, that drug literally suppresses your appetite, so you just become.
I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, but it's also the physique is not just limited to them. If you look at Michelle Yeoh, who was also in one of the Wicked movies, like look at her before she was in the movie and then after.
Yeah.
Like on the red carpet, it's like, holy crap, this does not look like Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah.
Like the face is there, but everything's proportioned wrong because I can see your bones.
Yep. People call
when's
it
the last time you ate
curse.
a dumpling, girl?
Yep.
Yeah.
When I visit Chinatown.
Animation
Someone get a
overload.
shrimp to fry her some rice.
My one request.
Yes.
Lord Bowie. My one
Yes, sir.
request. Please make Harry Potter's ears stretched.
Stretch.
Because then he suddenly becomes me. Yeah, just
You
like
want
everybody always.
Parker ears?
Oh, like Dumbo. I see. Oh, I see. Just now, it's just like a little earring. No.
Yeah, I'll fix it. Don't worry.
Ah, you're good. You're good. Have fun with it. I don't really care. But yeah, I just kept seeing the stretched Harry Potter ears. Like AI, low key for as like crazy as AI is and scary. I'm kind of excited for the fan made stuff because we were dogging on fan fiction before, but I'm talking about fan made. Like they pour through the pages and make it freaking accurate, right? They make they make it like a 1-for-1, like Kahuna was saying about this movie, except with the power of fake computing, you can literally describe every second because there's the description in the book, right? The book becomes a prompt, right? So it's going to be interesting. As scary as it is, I do look forward to seeing ridiculous scenarios like Harry Potter, but they're all with stretched ears, and it's a full length movie. Like they're all like punks, you know what I mean? Like metal punks or whatever. Little tweaks like that can just be hilarious. So we were just reading My Immortal earlier.
Oh, did
That-
y'all see
it's a good example.
like a hard rock AI video they did? Oh, like redneck Harry Potter. That was it.
Yeah. Or like
In
just
the trailer park.
Yeah, trailer park.
Trailer Park Hogwarts, dude. Yeah, dude. Like like really diehard fans get their hands on it, and they just start filling out all the what if scenarios, right? It's like they show everybody what they really want to see. You know, like maybe there's some sort of Quidditch gladiator type stuff going on where they fight each other, right? Is that a thing in the Harry Potter universe? Do they fight? Like, do they have duels on those?
Yeah, there's
I know they have
actual
duels,
Wizard duels.
Yeah.
and
There's
I know
like an
Quidditch used to be more deadly.
Yeah, they make mention of people having died or just completely vanished in games of Quidditch in history. There's actually an entire section of the second book dedicated to the students learning proper dueling etiquette.
That's cool.
Don't
So, yeah, pretty much.
That's sweet. Yeah.
Oh, fucking
Every now
Lockhart,
and
man.
every now and then, I think it was this one. Was it this one? Yeah, I'm just gonna pop over to this one every now and then. I'm gonna split. Here's what we're gonna do. Since Maji and Animation are both kind of treating us here, I'm gonna pop between. I'm gonna pop between the two of them, just like this. It's really simple, just like that.
I don't know if I'm treating. I mean, you guys are more just watching me walk around and shoot things because this is
Kind of awesome.
Man, everybody loves Skyrim. Let's get real. You're doing magic. We're talking about Harry Potter.
Well,
Here we
I
go.
was hoping to. I was
Better
actually
than what
hoping
I'm
to
doing.
play
noises.
Hogwarts Legacy, but I forgot I took it off my PlayStation so I could fit Power.
That would have been perfect. Yeah.
I'm curious.
Dude,
I'm curious about you guys' your guys' take on a couple things with where Harry Potter's concerned. So, are there anything, especially if you've read the books and seen the films, like is there anything that you prefer in the films? Is there anything from the films you prefer versus the book?
Snape. Snape is so much. In
Is
the
that all
books,
actors
Snape
then?
is an understandable villain. In the movies, he's more a tragic hero, and a lot of it comes down to how the movies wrote Snape versus Rowling, as well as Alan Rickman's performance. Snape in the books is the biggest ass at the entire school.
It's
Like
like arse.
Yeah.
Get it right.
Yes.
Yeah, some of the
Do I have to
dialogue
get my
Snape has.
American flag, AO?
So
Some of the dialogue Snape had in the first movie, it shows what the book is probably mostly like. The first movie, I feel like, really conveyed Snape pretty
I
truly.
mean, don't get me wrong. Like, they kept the core components of his character. Like, your first introduction to Snape, like proper introduction in his class, he immediately singles out Harry because he sees Harry's father.
Mhm.
He singles out Harry, and Harry, just sitting there wanting to be a good student, all of a sudden is getting bullied on by a teacher, and it's like, okay, well, this guy's a complete raging dillhole.
Did you ever see the extended version of?
I know that extended cuts exist. I have not.
I didn't know
seen
extended
them.
exist.
So in the extended
think-
cut, it's only for the first couple films, but in the extended version, that scene is longer, and it makes it worse because Snape walks around, he sits down in front of Harry, and then like tells him for your information, and then he answers all of these questions that he just asked Harry that Harry couldn't answer, and then at the end of that, he pauses for a second. He's like, "Why aren't any of you writing this down?" And it's like he yells at everybody
it's a
for
good
not
line.
taking notes, which is exactly what Harry was doing, was taking notes. It's like, you are
Yeah.
an ass.
Harry in that scene was a better student than Hermione.
Yes.
Because he was sitting there, he was taking notes, he was paying attention, and then Snape just decided to be a dick. Because I can't get over the fact that I was bullied in school.
I like in one of the later movies when Snape is like, and that's 5 points from Gryffindor for Hermione being an insufferable know-it-all.
Know-it-all. That's
You
number
mean-
3. Yeah,
you
Prisoner of
mean he's
Azkaban.
right
You
all
know
the
what was
time?
really missing? Him being black. You know, I mean,
Yeah, mudblood, right?
I
you know,
can't wait.
So,
the
Bill,
other undertones potentially.
I agree.
Are
I
you
agree.
giving Harry Potter
There's-
gauges?
Yeah, Captain Request.
Son
Yep.
of a...
Yep.
There is a request. What, do you have a request, Kahuna?
It's a swumble. It's a dumbbell door.
Make Dumbledore jacked.
Swole Dumbledore. Nice. Dumbbell door.
I hate and love all of the AI videos of like Jim
That's what I was
version of
saying
Harry
earlier.
Potter. It's so funny. I don't know why. It's
telling them-
Swoldemort. It's
Dude, Throbby.
Yeah,
Throbby.
Throbby. Oh, I
I'm like,
hate it.
uh,
I hate
I'm
it.
like,
I hate
like
it.
the mouth of madness. I'm just all I can do is laugh. You know?
Yeah.
Okay, so like I said, I was gonna play Hogwarts Legacy. I forgot I deleted it off my PlayStation. But Hogwarts Legacy did pretty good because what they did with that game, I don't know if you guys played it or not, but they actually
have.
made it 100 years before Harry Potter. So it was a lot more based on like the lore of it. And then depending on what the Sorting Hat put you on, you had different house missions. So you could actually understand more about the that particular house. Like I got put into Ravenclaw instantly. But
I was actually
What?
before the stream. I was curious about that. So put a pin in the Sorting Hat thing, but continue your thought. I don't want to interrupt your thought.
No,
but,
you're good. There, like I said, they did stick some politics into it. Like the innkeeper is clearly
Gay. Sorry.
The innkeeper is clearly a ladyboy.
He's a transmission.
From
but,
Thailand.
He's Filipino?
Yeah.
Anyway.
But overall, though, they did really good because you get to not only explore the castle, which they made it look exactly like it does in the first film. So
Nice.
And
the halls, everything. But more importantly, they added to the lore in terms of the different houses themselves. Like if you're Hufflepuff, you actually have a mission at Azkaban prison in that storyline because the Hufflepuff's nature or by nature can handle animals a lot better. Ravenclaw, most of them are like find and seek, puzzle related, geeky stuff.
I hate that. Yeah, geeks. Anyway,
That might explain my experience playing the game. Anyways.
But I liked it because it was unique. It was in that world. You could tell it was in that world, but it had absolutely nothing to do with Harry Potter, which proved that entire universe could have it be like the Star Wars and never be related and still just be entertaining and different.
Yes.
And that's where they dropped the ball with this show.
Yeah. And also that show where that game where your choices actually matter, unlike in Skyrim. It's like in Hogwarts Legacy, you're in your house and that's your house, and that determines what missions you do and a few other things like that. And then Skyrim's like, hey, what if you were the Dragonborn and also the leader of 3 separate, completely different groups of mercenaries, essentially.
Man, I cannot hit jack squat. This character's still a lowbie, so I don't have like half the stuff or skills that I'm used to having. I keep dying.
Real quick, Jared, you were saying something after the Snape thing.
Oh,
yeah.
So yeah, Kahuna. So we're talking about things. Is what things, or are there any things that we like, film versus book? Because everybody talks about like how much the book, like book fans are always going to say the book is better, and it is. And there are still some things that being a fan of both versions of this story, there are things I like better in the movies than the books. And like Bill and I share one of them. I prefer book Harry, I prefer movie Harry and movie Snape as opposed to book Harry and book Snape.
Snape doesn't have any of the gravitas.
Book Snape is
I can teach you to bewitch the mind and control.
He's just a big nerd.
But he's horrible. Like if you really think about Snape, it's like this is a grown ass man, a teacher who
bullying children.
Horrible to kids. Like made fun of Hermione's teeth, like allowed bullying. Like he is a horrible person. And he doesn't love Lily Potter. He was obsessed with Lily Potter.
Unrequited obsession, yes.
Yeah, there is almost nothing redeemable about him at all in the books. So in the books, it is a massive, massive stretch for Harry to name his son after Severus. Like it's massive.
It's more believable for movie Harry to do that because there's movies Snape has more that you can look back on and be like, oh, he really wasn't that bad a guy. He just was not right in the head.
Yes. So I prefer because like book Snape is just despicable. Like movie Snape is redeemable. And by the end he's admirable. And I think movie Harry is just more likable, I think, than book Harry. Even listening to
I like
the
how
books now,
I like the flaws of Harry more in the books. His flaws are also sometimes his strengths. It depends. It's like having such a defiant personality is bad most of the time, unless there's really important stuff you need to break the rules.
Unless you have Wizard Hitler running around, in which
my dad pointed this out when I was younger, like when I was an adult. He's like, "Yeah, I'm glad you guys liked reading Harry Potter and we got you into that when you were younger, but they're constantly lying, always in every book." And
yeah, they are.
Yeah, like they are constantly lying about everything, like always.
Yeah. I just like personally, even if reading the books, I put movie Harry on it. Like I just don't like Harry as much. Like he's just not as likable. Whereas there's a warmth to film Harry, the way he's written, where it's like you can see his combativeness, his
compassion.
Yeah, you can see all of these things better the way he's written there. But I hate what they did to Ron Weasley in the film.
They butchered him in the movies.
It's
not the actor's fault. They took all of the book Ron's good qualities and gave them all to Hermione. It's like Hermione is a great character in the books, but
she should not know what a mudblood is when Malfoy calls her a mudblood.
Yeah, in fact,
that is something that
I don't
Ron
think she
should
did.
know.
Yeah, she didn't in the
books.
books.
No, she and Harry. This I remember clearly because this is like one of the biggest examples of changes from the books to the movies. She and Harry were both like, "Why the hell did you blow up on Malfoy?" And as he's vomiting up slugs in Hagrid's
he called you
hut,
a muggle with a hard G.
Yeah, pretty much. He was like,
"That's our word."
He called her a mudblood, and Harry and Hermione are like, "What does that mean?" And I believe Hagrid in that scene in the book was still very much like the horror.
Yeah,
busting out the hard D.
All of a sudden, Hagrid's like, oh, what? No, surely they didn't. Yeah, but there's that, and then, but I don't blame Rupert Grint. Again,
No, not at all. Not at all.
Brilliant. He's really funny. He's a really good Ron.
Yeah.
It just, the character of Ron was relegated to humor.
He would have been.
That was kind of it.
And that's the thing. Like, I think Rupert Grint could have played Book Ron to a T. I think it'd been awesome.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like one example from the first book is like, it's not Hermione who figures out how to get out of the devil's snare while the boys are panicking. It's Ron reminding her, it's like, you're a witch. Use your damn wand, you woman. Like, remember, you have magic, literal magic at your fingertips. Use it. Oh,
you stupid mud blood. Anyways.
11-year-old Ron dropping a hard M on that.
They did to Ron in the movie the same thing they did to Gimli in the movies.
Yeah,
like just
I was actually just thinking that.
Turn him into comic relief. It's like, oh, come on. These characters are so good as they're written. Don't mess with them. Because it didn't need it. It didn't need it.
Well, it's been a while since I read the books. Didn't Legolas have a lot more lines in the books too, or am I misremembering that? Legolas barely speaks in the movies.
No,
he has all of 0 lines with Frodo.
You'll have my bow.
I know, right?
That's the only line. Yep. It's like at the end also, because like that little pack is so funny. It's like, Frodo, I'm alive. I'm in Rivendell. My friends. Oh, Sam, Merry, Pip, and Gandalf. Aragorn.
Elf guy.
That guy.
Elf guy. Like, it says something for everyone except for Legolas, and it kills me, dude. It's so.
No, he doesn't say anything for Sam either.
Well, yeah, but they share a look.
Yeah. Yeah.
But a completely platonic heterosexual buddies look. Don't read into it.
Yeah. Yeah, Gimli in the books, it just got done dirty in the films, man. And same with Ron, and yeah, like
okay.
So that's but like back to Harry Potter.
Yes.
Since we're covering things that we think the books did better now, there are a couple things I want to point out. Actually, 3 things specifically. All of them are things that I think should have been included in the movies. First of all, Goblet of Fire, spew.
Well, we're going to talk, Bill. Let's try to focus on the first one because we are also spew is gay, and I'm so glad it was never included.
It was. I also have.
That's just
really
it.
Quick,
spew was the cringiest thing in all the books.
It was, and I love the fact that the whole subplot was Ron calling Hermione an idiot and her little stunt costing Gryffindor any house elf service. Like, they just stopped doing anything for the Gryffindors because Hermione kept trying to trick them into being free.
Yeah.
And since you said we're sticking to the first one, I can't say the other 2 things because both of those happened in Order of the Phoenix. Yes, one of them involved the twins.
Yeah. That being said, it's not a big problem in this movie or in the. I'll say this: the movie, it captured the wonder, the magic, which was so critically important. Imagine if it didn't.
We don't have to. We saw the trailer for the show.
Yeah, no, it's like in my blood is that line. You're a wizard, Harry. I remember that on every commercial and the first time watching it. Like, that line will be with me until the day I die. Also, this is more movie to movie, but like that is close. He has a nose, but the way they portray Voldemort in the first movie is maybe the best portrayal of him.
Well,
that's a hot take, but I like take away his nose, and that's much closer to how I pictured Voldemort.
Isn't he more like snake-like or something? Or?
Yeah, he has the red eyes, and his voice is a bit more evil and menacing, and all that. It's like
Wheezy, like
yeah.
yeah.
And Ray he Fiennes did fine. He's a good actor, but
Ray Fiennes is
he
funny.
almost made him like comical, you know, like definitely made him comical to a degree. And I kind of like the look. I don't know, the vibe of Voldemort in the first movie was not ever quite matched after that. What do you guys think?
I think I can see what you're talking about with the way Fiennes played him, because I think Fiennes as Voldemort was the most imposing when he was the most subdued.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
It's in
he-
the quiet moments.
Yeah.
Because he can act his ass off. We know this.
Yeah.
Oh
But,
yeah.
yeah.
It's
if
like
he's
when he went
talking a
big, it
lot,
was
I'm
too
like,
big.
man, I just want you to not talk as much.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't
like
know, man.
It's like
I
Arnold
think,
as Conan. I'm like, hey, maybe just don't talk. That'd be
I
better for
think
everybody.
Nagiri, his snake, was terrifying. Like
Nagiri was
every shot Nagiri, doesn't matter which film it is,
You mean Nagini?
she struck fear,
Nagini,
and the way
yeah.
they or Nagini, sorry,
Best
and then
Asian
the way,
casting, let me tell you.
and then like in which book she actually kills a guy, and they watch him kill him, or watch her kill him.
4.
That's in 7 part 1 in the movie.
Yeah, where he just
or in
lets
the
her
7th
just
part, yeah.
freaking strike him over and over again.
No, she
She's-
eats him, dude.
Well,
Yeah.
no. So Nagini kills
The Muggle
the Riddle house,
groundskeeper.
the Muggle groundskeeper at the Riddle house, the Riddle estate.
Mm-hmm.
In books and film, she kills the
Old woman in part
Charity Burbage.
Mm-hmm.
In
that was such a brilliant sequence.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she off camera she killed the historian lady in Godric's Hollow.
Mathilda Bagshot or something.
Yeah, she killed Mathilda Bagshot, and then she killed Snape.
Yeah, that's right. She did kill Snape. I kind of forgot about that.
And Snape is the one who's like bam, 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 bam. That was real.
That's
That was
who I was
intense
thinking
in the
of.
film.
Oh,
Oof.
I
That's
couldn't
one of my
remember who
favorite
it was,
scenes in the
but I
movie.
just remember her striking mercilessly just over and over again.
Yeah, that was
Yep,
Snape
that
in
was
the
Snape.
boathouse.
Also, there are some really like not as much in the first one, but in some of the other films they have deleted scenes. I cannot believe some of those scenes were deleted.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, the Dudley scene from 7.
I cannot.
should've-
Unfathomable
Yeah.
that they deleted that scene.
I'm
The
not
scene
sure
that
which one you're
shows-
talking about there.
So in the book,
Him and Dudley
Harry-
have a moment.
yeah, they have a moment where Dudley, after his parents tell Harry, and I can't remember if this is in the scene that they deleted from the movie, but it was in the book where Vernon and Petunia are going off on Harry. They're like, you're just a waste of space. We always thought that, blah, 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 blah. You know, the usual Dursley thing. And Dudley was like, I don't think you're a waste of space.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like the closest he'll
And
ever come to
it's-
saying I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I wish they kept that. And that's another problem I have with Rowling, is that she said that their relationship was still strained after book 7. No. Gone. Just gone.
Yeah.
My
That's
headcanon
good.
was always that the Dursleys were among the people culled by the wizards. That was always my headcanon.
Well, my headcanon is that Harry and Dudley repaired the rift between their two
the generational rift.
families. Yeah, that
Yeah,
generational
Okay,
rift.
they're all dead. No. But yeah, no, in this first film, it is interesting, like some of the things they chose. A lot of the filming choices made a lot of sense. A lot of the choices in adaptation made a lot of sense. Very few choices besides relegating Ron to, like, that's a bad writing and character choice. But besides that, I don't really have a ton of complaints. I like, one thing that kind of bothers me a little bit is the Hogwarts grounds change between 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And
That's
that's
because
a little
the
drawing.
director.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
director for 3 was like, we need to have a more
They could have
solid
used the line like, oh, they
geography.
use magic to like relocate it or something. I don't know.
No, it was a practical film choice. What Bill was just saying is like they needed to be able to
alter.
You need to be able to geolocate in that environment and know where you are at every point, because it wasn't,
which the first 2 movies don't necessarily have that.
not well.
Yeah.
Whereas
it
3
is more
onward, you
important
know
in
the
third
geography.
one.
Well,
Yeah.
you also got to remember between the movies 2 and 3, they actually switched directors.
Yeah.
That's why like Quidditch suddenly disappeared, was because the one director in the first 2 movies loved the Quidditch idea, and then the other one didn't. So it was he was right though. It was important to have a geopolitical, but at the same time,
Quidditch
it
was
was literally a different take of the art.
geolocate. I
Not
probably
geof-
used
Or,
the
yeah,
wrong word there.
geolocate, not
It's like,
geopull out.
you
Yeah,
just
I
need-
used the wrong one.
You just needed to
Sorry.
know where you were in space and on the
Mhm.
grounds.
Also, Quidditch was cool, especially in the first 2 movies.
Yeah.
They made Quidditch so cool, and they kind of, again, every director after that doesn't really care about Quidditch that much, which is kind of a shame.
Not till you get to Half-Blood
It is a
Prince.
shame. On the other hand, it's like I can
If
kind
you-
of understand wanting to cut it for all the other plot stuff you have to try and fit in there.
I know, I do. It is a shame. It is a shame.
Real quick, because the hour grows late. So I need to ask. I have many books on my shelf. You can't see my shelf too clearly, and I'm not getting up to turn on my light. I have many books on my shelf that are unread. I have a couple priority reads, including Christmas gifts from people that I want to get to reading.
Yes.
And yet, I find myself wanting to revisit, among other things, Harry Potter. Tell me, oh, wizened woo in the night, should I? Should I forgo finishing Horatio Hornblower to read Harry Potter? Should I forgo rereading Ayn Rand to reread Harry Potter? Should I forgo reading the rest of Red Rising?
Always,
to read Harry Potter?
always skip Ayn Rand.
Oh man, that's tough.
What the?
I said it. What?
Words, Jared.
Bill, I'm not really a fair person to ask, because there's so much nostalgia, I can't separate it. I've known adults who have come in to read Harry Potter as adults who never read it growing up, who do really enjoy it.
Okay,
I don't think it even without the nostalgia factor, they're still really solid reads.
Then I must direct my question to the very sacrilegious Jared for those words again. I have to ask, are you joking or is that your genuine
No,
thought?
I'm serious.
Okay. Those are fighting words, sir. Anyways.
What? What'd I say?
Anyways, what would you say? Oh, Jared of the cinema.
I would skip and go back to Harry Potter and reread it. Especially if you're having to ask other people, it's almost like you're asking us for permission or confirmation.
Well, I would also ask about Ayn Rand, but apparently Ayn Rand's not the literary artiste that Rowling was.
That's a hell of a statement.
Rand was a propagandist, not a storyteller.
Best kind of propagandist.
Yeah, but she was on it with a lot of stuff.
She was.
Was she, though?
Like, I can pinpoint some. I'd actually have to reread it to
her predictions
be proper
are
with my
scary,
criticisms.
dude.
Yeah, dude. If you go back and you reread The Fountainhead and Atlas Shrugged, because I first read those books only a few years back. I'm sitting there, I'm reading it, I'm like, this is eerily similar to things that are going on, and I'm okay with that, and I am not okay with that.
That being said, the last book in Red Rising is coming out soon. The final book, Red God.
Yeah, and I've been waiting to read the second half of the series until that book comes out, so I can just read it all in one go.
Bro, Bill, you're one sick little duck. I know you're gonna love Dark Age.
Absolutely.
Something happens in that book that I'm like, I've only seen this happen once or twice in any book.
Hold on, is it worse than what happened to Darrow at the start of Morningstar?
I can't even tell you, dude. You get the first series, the first trilogy is so focused, and the world is greatly expanded, and some of the most effed up things I've ever read in fantasy sci-fi fiction I read in Dark Age. There's one scene in particular I really dislike rereading it when I go through that book. It is Dark Age is an appropriately titled book. It was so bad that I'm like, if it gets worse in the next book, I'm probably done.
Mozzie, you read this series or talking about?
You had your Justin Evaleighmusic moment?
Kind of. What did you say, Jared?
I was asking Mozzie if she's read it.
No, I haven't. I haven't even heard of it.
Okay.
I've told you about it.
I've heard good things about it, but I haven't read it.
It is my favorite series.
It's pretty solid. It is pretty solid space opera.
It's like one person commented on the Facebook page for recently, like, space opera, communism. I'm like, fuck, not wholly wrong, but it's good.
Oh, speaking of Facebook page, right now it is invite only. So if I can't, which means basically when we're done, I'm just going to schedule it to go live at 9 a.m. And it'll be tomorrow's video. Yeah. So it'll be no big deal. Not live, sorry, public, because it's live right now on Facebook, but only to the 1,000 people I invited or something.
Oh, not the general public.
Right. So it needs to finish first, but it'll go public after that. But that being said, I'm gonna need to find you guys all on Facebook so I can let you know when the event is there. Because if it'll stay public, or if it stays private, then we can each invite our allotted amount each week.
Our allotted people, yes.
Yeah.
Dude,
Sorry.
Swole Dumbledore's looking so funny, dude.
I know, I love it. Great.
Oh, also, I have a question. It's you can apply it to the first book or to all of them. I've had an argument with Billy Bob Sack, not King Bob, different guy. Multiple times. He says the ending of the Harry Potter books are super anticlimactic at the ending of each book, and I really disagree. I'm wondering how do you guys feel about all that?
From what I recall, no. What? No.
Well, his thing, he's like, oh, well, the action ends in a couple of pages, and then they just have a bunch of pages after the action, and I'm like, Harry Potter has a lot of falling action, more than most stories, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always interesting. It's not always
Hold on. Is his complaint with the falling action or the fact that the climactic action is only a couple pages? Because it's a book for kids at the end of the day. Do you want a Tolkien-esque full description of every little minute detail?
Yes.
The Scouring of the Shire.
The Scouring of the Shire, he goes back and there's a terrorist attack in London in his neighborhood, and he has to deal with that.
Yep, basically, dude.
And then we have the Tumbling Towers.
That's where the Tumbling Towers begins. Is after
the Tumbling Shire.
Yeah.
I can't believe that exists. Anyway,
I don't know.
Welcome to the internet.
I had never been struck by the end of any of the books as them being anticlimactic.
Yeah, no, I disagree. I think sometimes maybe some of the climactic action is over quickly. That's probably a little bit true. But on the other hand, these are young to young adult books.
Yeah.
And so there's an element to that too. And I don't know.
No,
I always enjoy, like, there's kind of a rhythm to the end of most Harry Potter books. It's like there's going to be a conversation with Dumbledore. There's going to be something there's going to be some questions answered. It's a little kid like in that way.
Yeah. I'll level with you. I used to be like kind of a Harry Potter hater, just because I mentioned people used to say I look like him or whatever. But
it's so
by the
funny.
time
Yeah.
Hold that thought. By the time Harry Potter grew up on screen and they were showing me dragons and stuff, I was like, okay, I think you won me over at this point.
Saw some dragons. Cool. He's like, I'm in.
I was like, you're speaking my language and I can understand what you're saying now. It makes sense now.
So I do have a question here for Jarrod, the filmmaker, because maybe despite his aforementioned incorrect
my wrong think.
You're different author. You are not conforming to the party.
We are going to send you to a re-education camp. You will like it. There will be scores of misery.
Yeah.
Enjoy Russian potato. Has no flavor.
You turned Irish.
Yeah.
I did.
Because the potato.
I didn't turn Irish. I'm Scotch Irish. Thank you very much.
There it is.
Anyways, so I have to ask Jarrod. The first Harry Potter movie is so colorful. It's beautiful. It's immensely beautiful. I feel like I'm tapping into some Trump mannerisms right now. I don't know why.
Big, beautiful sets.
The most beautiful.
Big. It's huge.
Get a bill. Built for it.
Very colorful sets. Yes.
The longest wands, the best wands.
Some say it's the brightest.
Frankly,
genuine question: Why do you think they took away all the color in the show?
I have a theory.
Give us the theory.
So
they could bring it back for the show.
Well, no, I think what they did is I think what they're going to do, which would make sense. It would make sense narratively, is if they take and desaturate. If they desaturate everything that's Muggle, like all the Muggle world is desaturated, and then it is color graded. Then they put that blue color grade on it.
Dude, why don't they hire you?
That's the thing, though. We see Hogwarts, and it's not.
It's that's the thing. Like maybe they'll either play down the blue color grade, and then warm Hogwarts back up, or just bring the saturation back up a little bit. That I could see them doing that. Otherwise, but we're also talking about Warner Brothers here, and they're not that smart. So I think it really, really comes down to this is what is perceived as it is in right now. It's the cool thing to do right now.
Darker, natural,
desaturate everything, and put the blue color grade on it, so it's cold, so cool everything off. And you're talking about light set. It's just like you're just pushing everything towards one side of Kelvin, and so I think it's really that simple. I think this is what they perceive as being popular right now, and that's what they're doing. I don't think it is like I could see a narrative reason to desaturate one and then leave the other one fully saturated, and warm one, keep one cold, and keep another one warm. I just don't think they're that smart. I think they're just like, hey,
you're giving them way too much credit, dude.
Yeah, I think Warner Brothers like, hey, this is the cool thing to do.
Like,
make it look like this.
Wizarding world, and it's like bright.
They're walking around like Steve Buscemi,
almost like an inverse.
Oh,
hello, fellow wizards.
Oh, what up?
Almost like
what up, my Muggle?
But I see what you're saying, Jarrod. An idea that they could have gone with is an inverse of what happened with the movie Lady Vengeance, not to be confused with Lady Snowblood. The fade to white edition of that, where as the movie progresses, color gets removed.
Yeah.
Until the film becomes black and white.
I love that.
It's a cool idea. Yeah.
I've
seen the opposite.
It is cool.
Yeah.
And the movie, real quick, a little bit of a shill for this movie. Lady Vengeance is so fucking good. It is the best movie out of those three that the director made that are about vengeance. And yes, I am including Old Boy in that. Old Boy is not as good as Lady Vengeance.
Interesting.
Isn't Old Boy like really messed up or something?
Yeah.
Yes, it absolutely is.
Hence why Bill loves it.
Okay.
Poor Evan.
I could be thinking of the movie Mother though.
Also, the Harry Potter movies do get darker each film.
Yeah.
They
That's
do.
intentional. That's part of the story.
Yeah.
So it makes it's like I don't like color is still there, but it's everything is just made darker by the existence and the reemergence of the great evil.
Full disclosure.
The color change is actually tied, or the darkening is actually tied
to the
tone and the theme.
Yeah. No, I know, and I agree. That's why it makes sense, and that's something I actually appreciated. That's one thing that I think was really cool. Like, I remember it's like each time we go to the theater, it's like, let's see how dark the Warner Brothers symbol is this time. Oh no, grimy and gross. Oh, this is gonna be horrible.
But so like full disclosure, so I can keep on a roll with my abhorrent takes in Bill's eyes. I didn't fall in love with the visual aesthetic of the Harry Potter movies until the third movie. Because the third movie is when Alfonso Cuarón came in, and it got dark. It got real dark. Visually, or I mean, just in terms of the colors on screen, it went darker, and it's like that's when I really fell in love with it.
Well, not just that, but he also made it very damp as well, which fits with the fact that the Dementors are roaming around the school.
Yeah,
keeping an eye. I say keeping an eye. They don't really have eyes. They keeping weird sucking mouths out for Sirius Black, ready to give him the Gawk 9000. Wait, what?
Yeah,
I don't know what that is, but it sounds bad.
It's like we're reading Harry Potter. There's a character. His name is Sirius Black, but he's seriously white. The whole thing. We don't know.
Also, hail Lord Otter, squeak squeak.
Otter came at just the right time.
Yeah, you missed us talking about My Immortal and Tumbling Towers. You really missed the gold.
Oh yeah.
Also,
Lord, yeah. There's fanfic about 9/11 and Harry Potter.
I'm just gonna leave this here for Jarrod.
Oh, good for you, buddy.
Actually, it's Jarrod shrugged and said, "Told you it sucked."
I will grant you, Atlas Shrugged at times for me did feel a little long-winded. I prefer the Fountainhead out of all of her books.
Some older books are kind of like that, even if they're well written.
Isn't it Atlas Shrugs where the guy has an 80-page monologue?
Oh, geez.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he went full Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, the Count of Monte Cristo has a couple of those, but Alexander Dumas.
But the Count of Monte Cristo is good when he monologues.
Yeah, no.
I had to take a break from John Galt's monologue in Atlas Shrugged. I actually had to step away from the book for a day or two and be like, I will come back to this later. I was not expecting a full college dissertation on economics and political ideology. We're just gonna let this sit for a bit. Come back to it later.
Otter, did you read that book?
He did. I've read it.
My God, man.
Not with them. I just read it.
For those listening, they're talking about Milking Farm.
You poor souls.
Yeah.
You know what? I have a real Minotaur. If you want to read that instead, I'd prefer that actually.
Based
Maji, we need to know how are they milked?
You know
we have
what?
to know.
I don't need to know that.
How do they poop?
Weren't we talking Minotaur?
How do they poop though? J.K. Rowling told us, so you got to tell us. How do they poop?
They're cows. Take your best guess.
Hell yeah. Very masculine. I love it. Just let it rip.
On the bright side, they are very flammable, so it's very easy to feel their fire magic.
Yeah, I haven't read. We haven't done last time I did anything like that on the internet was when I did the reading of a couple pages of Milking Farm on the show, and I died, dude. I couldn't even get through it. It was so funny. It was so bad. Every now and again, I'll read a book like that just for the humor's sake, to keep up with the culture and how trash it is.
I don't care enough about the culture or other people to do that.
I read a book called Wolf Girl a couple years back. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so
Why
bad.
do you do this to yourself?
You
give me crap for having an effed up head and enjoying effed up things in my media, and here you are reading stuff like Minotaur Milking Farm and whatever that was that you just mentioned. You've probably read Twilight, you sick fuck.
I read that when they came out, Mother Lover.
Yeah.
It took me until I was older to realize, oh wait, Bella's the worst character.
Are we gonna do a team? Are we gonna do a team Edgar thing?
No,
right
Who's Edgar?
Nope.
Edgar Allan Poe. Edgar Allan Poe's pretty great. I can agree with you on that.
I think AC meant Edgar.
You know,
Like, who the hell is Edgar?
You know, Bill makes
Edward's
a compelling
Potter
case.
cousin.
Bill makes a compelling,
case, thank
well
you.
thought out case. You know, Edgar Allan Poe. How about that guy? That's some.
That's reminded me of
That's some serious acid, but I prefer that over Twilight.
Yeah.
So back in the day, I was an adult. My wife at the time went out with my mother. I came over and I was going to hang out, and we were supposed to have Victoria come over, and all three of us were going to watch a movie. But she didn't come, so my dad and I are sitting there trying to figure out what to watch, and he's like, "Oh, how about this?" So my dad and I sat down on a couch and watched Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2. And we both felt weird about it afterwards. We just sat down and watched that piece of movie.
Your dad afterwards, we do not speak of this ever again.
Yeah.
That certainly was one of the movies of all time.
Just silently.
It also directly led to the creation of 50 Shades of Grey too.
Yep.
Yes, it did.
Okay, so I saw something, and I believe I've memorized it to the point where I can recite it to you guys. So you're in luck. My memory has not failed on this yet. So, and this is great because it ties back into something else we've discussed tonight, 9/11.
Oh, no.
If you can go back in time and prevent 9/11 from happening, you can subsequently prevent 50 Shades of Grey from happening.
Oh, yeah.
You saw it, Kahuna?
Yeah, I think I've heard this before. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 9/11 inspired what's his face to start My Chemical Romance. It was going to a My Chemical Romance concert that inspired Stephanie Meyer to write Twilight, and 50 Shades of Grey was originally Twilight erotic fan fiction. So prevent 9/11 and you prevent 50 Shades of Grey.
My Chemical Romance is also the trigger of hell when you're reading my friggin' Immortal or whatever the hell you want to call it.
There you go. It ties back to two things. Two things. We brought it. We brought it back, just like an 80-page monologue. We brought it back, baby.
Also, a couple years ago, we did maybe a year ago, we did a video on The Fourth Wing, and we read the entire thing.
Yes,
that doesn't sound like fun.
Yeah,
man. If I had to read about her climbing him like a tree one more time,
every time it's brought up.
I was gonna empty my lifeblood out and right there.
I'm sorry, what?
Climbing him like a tree. Yeah,
yeah, because he's tall.
Yeah,
tall.
And
yeah, and so she's little.
What is she? The Indian in the cabinet?
Yeah.
How big is she?
Yeah, dude,
you
got
mean
it.
the Indian in the cupboard?
Cupboard, cabinet, whatever the hell.
The little known sequel, Indian in the Closet.
Indian in the cabinet. I don't know why that's funnier.
Indian in the cabinet, dude. Yeah.
How big is this woman?
Oh, she's
Big
tiny.
woman.
No, she's like
Big
105 pounds. She has weak bones and weak joints to the point where she can break her leg just walking down the stairs. And
So
she's
she's
training
Sam
to become
Jackson?
she's training to become one of the strongest physical fighters in their entire kingdom. Oh yeah, and they're in the middle of a war, and there is an 80% mortality rate at this military academy.
That's kind of cool.
No, it's not. It's stupid. Every world building choice was stupid. The whole thing was stupid.
80%. Yeah, you definitely want to retain soldiers.
I'd say your theory, Otter, is probably correct.
Yeah, it's written by the Harry Potter fan.
Honestly, how many fan fiction writers go into like erotic fiction?
All of them. It was it was Tumblr fanfic, and then now they're authors.
We figured it out. Fan fiction ruins everything.
Yeah.
Fan fiction is what we have to blame for the current female gooner epidemic with erotic literature. We figured it out, team. Go team.
There was common knowledge. I thought this was common knowledge. Was this not known?
Teenage American boys were doing like unholy communion rituals to summon the female gooning, and then now that it's upon us, it's like an opening of a seal.
Yeah, like late 90s, early 2000s, it was like a fetish, and now it's like we regret. You're filled with deep regret.
All the formerly teenage boys that are now adults are like, no,
go back.
Yeah, what's happening? Oh no, we're basically a zoo for the whole world. Cool, our women.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Dear God, I just looked it up on Amazon. There are 7 books in the Wolf Girl series.
Get on it.
Jeez,
that sounds like 7.
It has a 4.1 rating on Goodreads with 26,000 reviews.
What's it called when you're?
It's a lot of gross cat ladies.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I think I have found.
Don't associate cat ladies with the wine ladies, okay? There is a difference.
Okay, hold on. Jarrod, I think I may have found some middle ground for us. Can we both agree that Ayn Rand's books are at least better than smutty erotica?
Yes.
You know,
okay.
Romanticism has totally ruined epic fantasy. I am going to say that right now.
They are two different things. They should not be related at all. Because
sorry, animation overload.
For
I just realized you.
People relate them.
I would augment that. I would amend that.
By accident.
I would amend that to say it's the freaking blue-haired land whales at the publishing houses that push that stuff have ruined fantasy.
Oh, that makes me want to bring up an image.
Those damn land whales.
Damn it! Now I'm thinking of all those shorts of women celebrating their collection.
No.
Make it stop.
One of Quirk's descriptions, one of my characters in my book, his description, the otter's looking him up and down, and he gets described as a land whale because he's so big.
Oh.
But no, it's activists in the publishing houses that
it's gotta be
that pushed all this stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
And they have done this. They have more responsibility than the writers, I think.
I can't believe you done this. Oh, there we go.
Nah.
Well,
the land whales.
I mean,
yep.
They've literally pushed out male authors.
Yeah.
You cannot be a straight male author anymore, it feels like. And I'm not saying that to
and you can't
go into
yeah, well, you're right, and you can't. And if you're white, you can't. Like being gay is not enough either.
Nope.
Have you tried it, Jarrod? Have you tried it?
So I've been told. Asking for a friend.
The best proof of that that anyone can see is just go to something like MS Wishlist, because that's actually what. So many years ago, I was first trying to write my book. The stuff I wrote back then was absolutely awful. I think I figured it out now. Anyways, that's not the point. The point is, many years ago, was when I first tried writing my book. It was so disheartening because I like to think ahead. I like to consider, okay, what are some avenues, what are some paths, what are some moves I could possibly take to ensure whatever. So I start looking up like agents. What are agents looking for? Thinking that that's the correct way to go.
Been there. We've all been there. Yeah.
So many are just like BIPOC, lesbians, all this weird stuff. And I'm sitting here and I'm like,
it gets really weird too. Like,
where?
really
weird. So no one's going to want my book?
Like,
because it's
some of it,
Just because you're
some
a
of
dude.
it is like,
Sorry, man, you don't qualify.
Yep.
When I was looking at that, they all just talk about, at least they did at the time, when I first joined X, but they just openly talked about it. There's like even a hashtag for like what these companies are like looking for, what the agents are looking for. And yeah, dude, some of it gets really creepy. Like everything you listed was like a requirement for the same story, and then also it had to like center around like a child protagonist who's like struggling with their sexuality and stuff like that. It gets like super fucking weird.
Sorry.
And I was scrolling through that one day too, and I was like, because when I got back into writing, I was like, I want to like support my family with this. That'd be cool. So I was going to pursue like the pragmatic route, we'll say, because I can always do my music on the side by like find a publishing company, whatever. But after like an evening of scrolling through that and just literally hearing it from the horse's mouth, realizing how weighted the percentages are in the industry, and then constantly being affirmed over and over and over and over again since then, including recently, there was the major, what was it, Penguin released a statement saying something like, for sure no white people or something like that.
Yeah.
Penguin didn't want white authors, and you had to be part of the LGBTQ, but that was like Penguin Canada. I'm pretty sure US is pretty
Something
much
like that,
similar.
yeah. Pretty close, yeah. They just don't admit it. Yeah. So yeah, constantly being affirmed like that over and over again since then. I'm just like, well, I've been indie in the music scene this whole time. I guess I had epiphany. Like I have like over a decade of experience as an indie. I was like, oh, I'll just continue being an indie again. I had it in my mind for some reason when I was getting back into it that I was at like this crossroads. Do I go indie or trad? But it was just never like that. I was already a 10-year indie. I was like, oh,
do I do it for the love of the game, or do I sell my soul?
I've been here a while.
So yeah,
I found more. You see?
Oh, yeah. Let's get it. What's this? Oh.
Oh,
Are those cherry tomatoes?
Soiled it. Hold on. I have a clip for this.
Not yet. It's still there.
Oh man, dude. Oh, man.
Lord Almighty. Oh, right.
That's how you get women in grocery stores.
Also, there's one about Shrek. It's called Swamp.
I just sat back down, and you say that?
No. We should probably go back to Harry Potter because it is technically a kids movie. I think we failed the kids factor though.
I wonder how many.
My kids should be in bed by now. Okay, so
this is late night.
Potter is
Mom, Iron Seas is on.
Potter is kind of one of those things that you could like reskin and like use it itself as like a theme to add to something else, like Lord of the Rings, but it's Harry Potter, and then vice versa. You know,
they tried that with Starfleet Academy.
Oh yeah, it's probably terrible. I'm not saying for a good idea. I'm talking about funny.
Okay, let's have some final thoughts on Harry Potter, because I just want afterwards. I want to read you just some of the titles. No descriptions, nothing. Just some titles. So final thoughts on Harry Potter. I'm really worried about the upcoming series. Is there anything they could do to bring us back? I really doubt it.
No.
Not unless they like cancel the show, shelve it for a year, and then bring it back with an all new casting.
That's a good way to do it.
Even
That
then,
would be a
it's
good way to do
it's
it.
one of those things. It's not necessary.
Yeah.
It's not necessary.
It's an uphill battle. It never should have been greenlit.
Yeah,
That's fair.
completely agree. Completely.
Because the movies, they
It's
do
a
it.
uphill battle. They tied their shoelaces together and they jumped down.
But the thing is, like, nobody was asking for it, and it could have been good. Like it could have been awesome. And the thing is, like, the thing is, the first season, at least the first season, is probably going to be huge. I mean, it's probably going to be huge. It's probably going to be a huge financial success, and they will learn all the wrong lessons because that's what Hollywood does. But
Lilo and Stitch taught that one.
it could have
making
been,
another one.
Like it could. So you
why
you were going to have 10 years. You're going to have 10 years of this series. Okay. 10 years of this series, that then you're going to have at least another decade of it in just on repeat, because for all the reruns, it would have been this huge cultural, like at least more than well over 1 decade's worth of cultural impact, cultural relevance. All you had to do was the books, the way the books were done, because that's what was promised. What did we get? Instead of we got, it's going to be book accurate. We'll be able to do things that they weren't able to do in the films. And then we get Black Snape, and we're going to do stuff that wasn't in the books.
Yep.
It's like, yes, sir.
Well, then eat a dick, because I'm not watching your show. Like,
pretty much, yes.
Here's the thing. I normally like the race swap thing. Sometimes isn't a big deal. Like Nick Fury. With Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury was friggin' dead on. He was perfect for Nick Fury.
That was fine.
Yeah.
But
depends on how much it affects the rest.
Completely changed the narrative by changing Snape.
Did you guys see
changing grape? Yeah. The whole term mudblood now. It was already kind of like an edgy term, and now it's like, what are you doing? You know what it reminds me of? We're seeing like this weird trend where, because I don't know if anybody has followed any of the casting for the next season of Knight of the Seven Kingdoms either, but there is a brown knight. Forgot the dude's name exactly, but
something the Brown.
Something the Brown, yeah. And he's literally in the books just this nasty, dirty, thieving, conniving, smelly, despicable, bad, always chewing on nasty chew leaf. Yeah. They literally, like, bros, I'm not even being like they've cast a really dark man to play this particular character who has the moniker the Brown. So it just reminds me of Snape a little bit. It's like, what are you guys doing? Are you
guys making a joke?
Have we come full woke circle where it's now like racist?
All the way back to being racist? Did we go full circle?
Did you guys see the Saturday Night Live skit with Black Snape?
No, what?
Oh, dude!
Saturday Night Live.
You know it's bad if Saturday Night Live is saying something.
That's what
it was hilarious. The guy's like, it's like the Weekend Report, and they asked him Black Snape was like, how was the first year of school? He's like, it was terrible.
Oh my god!
We got this new kid, Harry Potter. He racist as hell.
I got it here, guys.
It's so good, dude.
We'll have it.
Why is the only other black guy named Shackle?
Shackle. Oh my god.
He got Shackle in his name.
Or
Shackle
it's just
Potter.
like you go back to all the scenes in Harry Potter. It's like, so why don't you trust him? I don't know. There's just something about him. He looks kind of shifty.
No, there's not going to be any volume. I'm just we're basking in it. We have subtitles on. No copyrights needed here. We're commentating. This is an interesting direction they went. I believe this is
He's racist as hell.
I think he's a comedian, right? I seen him on Kill Tony.
Or the proud boy who lived.
The proud boy who lived. It's so good.
Oh dude.
Oh yeah.
Right.
You gotta admit, Dumbledore, he's got style.
Oh yeah, that reminds me, Dumbledore. Where is it? Give me that Dumbledore.
But yeah, I mean, like, good job, Saturday Night Live. Where were you for the last 15 years? But
that's what I was
better
gonna
late than never.
Yeah,
That's probably
really
because
lame.
they're threatening to shut them down.
I could see
Yeah.
that.
It's like the woke sacred cow is no longer sacred now, apparently.
Yeah, they're forced to pluck the low-hanging fruit, I guess.
Yeah,
because I mean, anybody could criticize this. This is rightfully like, listen, like seriously, like what are you guys doing? Like the term mudblood, like dark arts, like what's? Come on.
He got hung up in a tree by white kids.
He did. He did.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, let's not forget one of James's best lines in the books. Well, what's your problem with Snape? Well, I don't know. It's really mostly just the fact that he exists.
Oh my goodness, dude.
Dude,
And those
like,
quotes out of context, they're not going to be good clips from the
no,
show.
they are not. They are not going to be good at all.
Gonna be so bad.
Oh, it's so bad. $100 so they make Sirius Black in the film
Bro.
or in the show.
Well, now you gotta.
Yeah, because it's just like either that or you're going to have a gang of racist white kids picking on a black kid
Yep.
the whole time.
So you
So
gotta
they're
make
going to have to have to even it out.
Point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta.
Nah, you see the direction.
But it's too on the nose. Like they're
crash.
they're too incompetent to know what they've done.
Maybe they thought
And
the
now they're
bar of
just gonna-
failure was raised to Rings of Power level. So if they fail anywhere under the Rings of Power umbrella, it's fine in their eyes. Maybe at least, I don't know.
The real direction to take
It didn't cost
is
$1
to
billion.
turn- real direction to take is to turn Peter Pettigrew black. Because, little nervous kid, always trailing behind. He was secretly a brother.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
He felt isolated.
Just took some time for him to rise up.
Yeah.
Just make the entire story commentary on race, the entire wizard story. Just
So Snape,
go ahead and
Snape's dad. Snape had an abusive dad who abandoned the family.
Mhm.
He
There
went
you go.
out to get
That's
magic
good job,
tools.
guys.
Yeah, good job.
And then he was had a crush on a white girl who led him on and then ditched him for the white kid who bullied him.
Oh
my
It gives
goodness.
a whole new meaning to Half-Blood Prince.
Like think, come on.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, right?
Dude. And
The
I
Half-Blood
lost my train of
Crip.
thought. This is just like blowing my mind a little bit. It's like, dude, it's so much. It's like you guys gotta be doing it on purpose at this point.
Well, keep in mind that whole community still hates Rowling.
Yep.
So in their mind, they might be destroying the show so that they could get their revenge on Rowling for
See.
not agreeing with them on one thing.
Yeah, it's not about the money. That's what I've been saying this whole time. People wanted, maybe with Rings of Power, it was like, even if the corrupting of the IP didn't stick, maybe it was just about having a poorly reviewed $1 trillion travesty under the Lord of the Rings banner, just to kind of drag the whole IP down, so to speak, or like try to turn fans away from it. Because I also noticed there's a whole bunch of like fake criticism about Tolkien popping up about how, like, it could lead to like far right mindset if you read this
Bullshit.
brilliant author.
No, I think with that it is. I think with Amazon series, it comes down to pure ego and hubris.
Yeah.
They wanted to do Tolkien, but they were going to do their Tolkien.
Yeah.
And
Occam's razor for sure.
Yeah. And it's just, it is unbelievably
Well, part of Amazon's fall though was they only had the copyright to the appendices, so they had no choice but to make up what they were going to make up. But anybody who is familiar with Tolkien knows that was going to be a failure anyway, because the appendices was a lot of stuff that wasn't finalized.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I noticed we seem to. When did Kahuna fall overboard?
I don't know.
Did anybody notice him fall overboard? I think we lost him in the storm. think we lost him in that storm.
But
So
I've got to go help get my kids to bed.
That's
so
what I was gonna say. Yeah,
I got to bail.
We can wrap it up. So
yep.
Start with
So
Christman.
yeah.
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Harry Potter's awesome. Ayn Rand is overrated. Tolkien is the GOAT. And I will die on all three of those hills. For anybody in our Discord, if I can ever figure out how to use Discord properly, I will post it in the Discord. But for anybody here that's like, it's in our Discord, we need some help with our Kickstarter. And if you guys could go into these bigger shows, like if you guys could go into the chats of these bigger shows and just kind of shill for us, like it's what we're finding is like it's just about like getting outside of the our bubble of independent creators and like getting. So we just need some exposure. So if you can just go and help us do that, like just so we can drive some traffic to the Kickstarter. Because we are just, I mean, we haven't had any real movement on it for the last few days. So we're trying to get things going. So if any way you can help promote that on some other shows with other people with some platforms, that'd be a big help. And other than that, I love you guys. Thanks for all your help. Thanks for all your support. And go buy Monty Chan's book because it's awesome.
And the outro video to the show for the last few weeks and really going forward until we want to update it or whatever is Jarrod's trailer, basically.
Awesome.
Yes.
So
if you have to choose between buying my book and Jarrod's Kickstarter, guess what? My book's not going anywhere and I have extra copies. Jarrod's Kickstarter's on a time limit. So
thank you, Maji. All right. I'll see you guys.
Cheers, Jarrod.
Good night, man.
Thanks for joining. All right, let's see. Let's check in with Bill McCuistion. Any final thoughts?
I mean, Harry Potter, Tolkien, Rand, these are but a few of my favorite things. And now I honestly don't know if I would be doing what I'm doing without that very early onset influence from Rowling's work. Jarrod is 100% correct, though, in that critics, more often than not, are just complete idiots.
Yeah.
Especially when they can't be bothered to comb their hair. What was that about?
He makes a good point about they just wait for other people to do work and then are professional commenters. No, I think he's onto something there. Like maybe there needs to be a little bit more of an accolade under somebody's belt before they can actually critique.
Beyond that, I will say that the entire Harry Potter movie franchise floats, in my opinion. The books float with the advice and such of the great Wu in the night and the Christman of the cinema.
Yeah,
I probably will be looking at rereading the books. Not immediately.
Because of how timeless they are and how much of an overnight success. If you need a real like reason to like read them, you could try to study them, because just keep thinking how in every line, especially maybe in like the first two books, this made this lady famous.
It's more so a case of just wanting to focus on primarily the Christmas gifts I got from people, getting those read. I am also the writer of the Zorn Pulp over on Substack. You can find that at zorn.substack.com. That is Zulu Omega Romeo November Echo.substack.com. Good news is you can go support Jarrod's Kickstarter and then not have to worry about paying me any money to read Zorn, because it's free. That's right. I'm operating Zorn at a net loss, because that's how much I care about you, the working man and woman who does not have the money because of rent and groceries and all of the crap that Rand foretold.
Well said, brother. I had to get that close up on you for that. I was like, yeah, he's getting some passion in this. I gotta get that
I
zoom
think
in.
I accidentally broke the game.
Uh-oh. Well, how that leads us to Maji.
It just works.
No,
How about you, Maji?
I accidentally went too far in the quest, and I grabbed a quest item, and now he won't spawn, and I can't get out of here till he spawns. So I think I broke it.
Uh-oh. Which is possible
it's a
in these
danger
games.
quest. Yeah, especially a Bethesda game. It's very possible. But no, yeah, you can find
masterpiece. Yeah.
you can find my book Legend of Shalar on Amazon right now. It's by Maji Nell. But in all honesty, though, I'd rather see Jarrod's movie come up and going. There's a lot of potential there. I know the writer. I know. Well, one of the writers, Daniel P. Riley, he's an excellent editor, great storyteller. Him and Jarrod both combined will probably make a masterpiece. And a lot of people I care about's on that project, so.
Yeah, it's like, you're totally on the money there with your books not going anywhere. It's print on demand through Amazon. It's done. It's edited. It's put away. You got physical copies. Like, you can just order more physicals whenever you need it. So that's fine.
I own the
that's a good attitude.
ISBN, so if Amazon decides to take it off, guess what? There's other methods.
Wait, I didn't even know Amazon. Will they just cycle them out if they're not selling?
I don't know. I don't know how that works, but guess what? Like I said, I bought the ISBN, so it's not like
yeah.
I'm solely reliant on them. So
that's actually why I'm leaning toward Ingram Spark when I finally start getting actual volumes out, so that I'm not beholden fully to Amazon.
See, this is my first book, so I didn't even know people be interested in my writing style. So I did the Amazon just to see if I could even build up an interest or a following or anything.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I mean, like, more on like what I was saying, like about how that's the right mindset. Like years from now, the book is still going to be there. Like every single book that you send through the finish line it's like, I don't know, a trophy on the wall. Basically, it's there. It's done. It's there forever. Yeah, you can enhance on it, but there it is. It's good to go. So like it does feel so good, So
don't get me wrong. I have been on cloud nine. The amount of support I have gotten on this book has been insane. I never pictured it happening the way it has. I am so grateful to everybody who's bought the book or shared the link or let me talk about it. But at the same time, I couldn't be here without support. And I see this project that you guys have been doing. I mean, isn't even Kay involved in this project?
Who?
So it's huge project, and I would like to see it successful because it would help out so many people.
Yes.
So many people that I actually care about.
Like any one of us in like the in our little circle, that if I like to think we're all really sincere and humble and stuff. So it's not like any of us would forget the other person if we somehow quote unquote made it or whatever, unless there's a good reason to. Like some people have falling outs. It's whatever. It's not like we're all expected to just stay attached to each other's hips or whatever. But that being said, one person rises up, it's like the tide rises a little bit. Everybody else kind of rises around them, so to speak. It just gets attention in our little corner. So
it's not even that. It's just all the amount of effort and everything for me to just write one book, and then like you have how many books plus your indie music. And then on top of that, it's nice to see all that hard work amount to something for someone. But Granted, I started out as just a cheerleader on the sidelines. I never thought of making my own project. I'm not a
That's
but
that's how it starts off for a lot of people, I think. We're all cheerleading at some point.
yeah. So it's like I said, it's just cool to see stuff happening, to see all this stuff evolving the way it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Maji, and it's good to shout out Jarrod. I agree. Go back Jarrod's thing. That's part of my final thought as well. I also have my band on Spotify, Empty My Lungs. You can find it on TikTok and YouTube as well. Harry Potter. I have a long storied history of like not really liking it as a kid, but in my adulthood, I look at it fondly. It's like you literally have an indie success story through J.K. Rowling. So beliefs aside, we were clowning on her a little bit for talking about wizard poop and stuff, but it really is like a crazy, awesome success story. That's, like I was saying to you earlier, Bill, maybe worth like, why did this succeed? Studying it a little bit. If you are going to reread it, since you've read it already, maybe scrutinizing a little bit, looking at it with a magnifying glass, seeing why this thing made it. That's when I read like George Martin, that's kind of what I'm thinking. With every line, I'm just like, this dude is so popular. This is considered like some of the top, you know what I mean? And and I just try to learn from it. There's a reason, and you can learn from J.K. Rowling too. People want to like talk about how she's not academic with her writing. Well, maybe they need to learn something from it. They're clearly missing the point in some way. We covered that on the show, but you guys know what I'm saying. But yeah, I think it floats. Katie also said it floats. She let's see, what did she say? She said it floats, and it was interesting. She also hadn't seen it for a while, and like once. She hadn't seen it since it came out. So she rewatched it with me, and dang, I'm trying to find her thoughts. I have it in text here. Oh, okay. She says float, and her favorite power is the cremation touch fatality that Harry did on the final boss.
Yeah,
that was cool. It was also really cool. I was like rationalizing it. I was like, well, you see, that's because Harry is functionally the Dark Lord. He's got like part of his essence in him. That's where the scar comes from. I'm like explaining all this, and I don't really even know much about Harry Potter, right? So I'm probably off base, but I basically scientifically break down why it's actually not bad writing, and it makes sense that the kid just touched the guy on the face for no reason, and that beat the bad guy in the end. And then Dumbledore explains it's the power of love, and I'm like, I wonder if they changed that from the book, if it really is the power of love, or if they didn't change it, if Dumbledore's like actually lying to him.
Same.
It's the same, and he's not lying to him. It's literally just magical power of love from Mama written in, and
It's like
you can just
arcane magic.
Yeah, very ancient magic that the big reason why Harry always has to go back to the Dursleys for the summer is because that magic extends to the Dursley household, because at the end of the day, Lily loved her sister. And in a way, even though she hated Lily, Petunia still loved Lily. So the magic extends to their household, and that's why Harry always has to return there over the summer. That's a big complaint people who've only ever seen the movies have with the movies. Well, why does Dumbledore keep sending him back to live with these abusive a-holes? It's because it's the safest place for him.
For that protective spell, basically.
Yeah,
that
to keep moldy Voldy away.
That actually totally makes sense if there is like an ancient, I don't know what the enchantment. And it sounds like his mom did something in her final moments, kind of
She
disenchantment.
sacrificed herself in order to protect her son.
Exactly.
It was like the opposite of what Voldemort does.
Yeah. Like she used herself as an ingredient in the spell to enchant, to enchant herself, her son. So that makes sense to me. But the power of friendship for no reason, I was starting to struggle with. My rationalization, I was like, well, there's clearly like a feedback loop being created because Harry Potter is more Voldemort than Parasite Voldemort is in a way, because Parasite Voldemort is just a parasite latching onto somebody else's body. So like all the logic was lining up in my head, but then it's like, no, actually that's the main source of Voldemort is in parasite form. And actually there's no feedback loop. It's just magic from mom. And I'm like, oh dang it. I was like, I had it like
you got like the Horcruxes and stuff like that floating around. So
well, and that's what I thought I had to do.
Voldemort becomes stronger than that magic, but yeah.
But yeah, anyway, nice piece there, animation. I'm gonna toss an Iron Seas in the background of that when you're all done and share it. It'll be the thumbnail. I've been making them all the thumbnails, just so everybody knows. Can't not do that. But let me go ahead and do this. See if I can match up Kahuna's exit energy. I don't know if I can. Thanks for joining us here on the Iron Seas tonight, everybody. It's been a good one. This is one of the first ones multi-streaming to Facebook and stuff. It'll keep getting better as we go, and we're going to keep adding platforms. We're also on X. Thank you, X watchers. We're going to switch that from my personal account to the Iron Seas at some point and add TikTok. But until next time, woo!
Base.